5. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bedford's Bearcat Stadium. It is time for the playoffs in high school football in the state of Ohio. And tonight, the WKYC.com High School Football Game of the Week features Division II Region 6 action as the Bengals from Benedictine play host to the Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees. I'm Dave DeNatale. The D-Man, Dennis Manoloff, is back with me. Good to be back in D-Man's world. And partner, this is going to be an intriguing matchup tonight. Two great traditional high school football programs that were kind of on a down cycle for the last couple of years. Both are back in the postseason this year. 9-1 Benedictine, 7-3 Brecksville-Broadview Heights.
Yeah, it should be really exciting, Dino. I'll say this. You and I and Brian Crane, WKYC.com, we get here early, and Craner and I were down on the track when Benny's came out for their pre-game warm-ups.
Yes.
And you talk about intimidating. Oh, my goodness. If they play anything like they were warming up, Brecksville's in for a long night.
They were out. It was like the intimidation game. I mean, it really was. But, we'll get to the Bengals in a second. The Bees are coming in off 7-3 record. Now, two of their losses came by 1 point to playoff teams. A 1-point loss last week to Wadsworth. They went for two to try to win the game with about a minute to go, and that 2-point conversion failed. They lose 35-34 to Wadsworth, and it's probably one of the reasons why they're here and not home for Week 1 playoff game. They also lost by 1 point to Olmsted Falls in the playoffs tonight in Division II Region 6. Offense is the name of their game here, D-Man, and it may turn into which offense has the football last, because you're talking two teams that have averaged 40 points a game this year.
Right, and Benny's set the school record for most points. I don't know about Brecksville, but I was looking up the stats on Benny's. Brecksville, well coached, of course. You're not here if you're not well coached.
Yes.
Labus is a really good quarterback, I'm told, and I can't wait to watch him. So, this should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's all year long as we've kind of followed the high school football season, and we heard about this renaissance in Brecksville. We heard about this guy Labus. Well, we haven't seen Joe Labus. He's a junior. But he has put together a spectacular year. 2,200 yards passing, 22 touchdowns. He's also a good runner. He's one of those dual-threat quarterbacks, and he's rushed on the year for 435 yards and 8 touchdowns. So he's accounted for 30 scores this year for the Bees.
Yeah, and, I talked about how Benny's pre-game warm-ups were impressive. Labus, when I was watching him on the field, he was zinging the ball around with ease. His mechanics looked really good to me. He was on target, so he should be tough for Benedictine to deal with.
Yeah. Now Benedictine has a terrific quarterback in their own right. We're watching him warm up on the field right now. Ron Schultz. And this is an offense. Dennis just said a few moments ago, averaged 44 points a game. Had a 10-game record with 441 points in a 10-game regular season. That's our school record. Schultz will throw to two really prime receivers, Charles Rosser and Chris Gales. But you can't forget about Jalen Edwards. He's a tremendous running back. 1,666 yards in 10 games, 23 touchdowns.
I mean, come on. Those are like video game numbers.
Yeah, right.
So, Benny's can come at you in a variety of ways. I can't wait. I mean, this is my first opportunity to do a playoff game alongside of Dino for KYC Game of the Week. So I'm as pumped as the players are.
Yeah, this is the first of a 5-week run for us here from now till hopefully get some Northeast Ohio teams in Canton for the state championships. We'll be with you every Friday night along the way here. Benedictine won the toss. They have elected to recede. They want to get that offense on the field right away and go right at the Brecksville defense.
And here's something else, Dino, for the listeners and the viewers. It is cold out there.
Yes.
It's not unbearably cold by any means because the wind is not really blowing. I mean, you can look at the flags. They're barely moving. But it is cold enough, to keep you honest.
It's at least earlier, but a couple hours ago, it was 35 degrees. It's not 35 degrees now. It's south of that. I think it's more like 30. But it's playoff football weather. It's a playoff environment tonight, and we are just about ready to go. 7-3 Brecksville, 9-1 Benedictine. The winner will move on to the regional semifinals next Friday against either top-seeded Avon or 8th-seeded Worcester. Those two teams are playing tonight over at Joe Ferment Stadium in Avon. So, and then from here on in, after tonight, everything is neutral site from the rest of the way. This is not a neutral site game. This is where Benedictine plays their home games here at Bearcat Stadium. They share this facility with Bedford High School, and this is a home game for them tonight here. One of the most beautiful facilities in all of Northeast Ohio, and it's one of the reasons why when the schedule came out, it's like, yeah, let's go to Bedford. We want to be out here, and it's a great place to watch a high school football game, and the Bengals and the Bees getting ready to do battle here.
The Chuck Knowles against the Tom Tupas.
That's right.
That's how I view it. But, yeah, first-class treatment here at Bedford Bearcat Stadium. I talk about how cold it is outside. It's nice and warm in here in the press box, and they treat us like kings and queens.
Oh,
so
yeah.
No complaints.
You can hear it. It's hopping in here. A lot of people taking in this game tonight. Dylan DeGatano is your kicker. He'll kick it off here for the Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees. And I would imagine you've got Charles Rosser back there, Andre Rogers back there. They're ready to go. Kick is going to be high but returnable at about the 10-yard line. And going to the 20, it is, that wasn't Rosser, actually out to the 29-yard line. On the return for the Bengals was Marvin Conkle. And Conkle takes it out just shy of the 30-yard line at the 29. Ron Schultz is the quarterback. He'll have Jalen Edwards as his running back. Gary Merrill is kind of that H-back. Charles Rosser, Chris Gales, and Angelo Watt are the wide receivers. Don't be surprised if they try to go up top early and test the Bees secondary. Edwards, the lone man in the backfield. Schultz, at least at the moment, is under center. Fake handoff. He wants to throw.
He wants to go deep.
He's got Gale. Overshot him at the 30-yard line.
He had him.
He did.
Yeah, it was there. It was there. The play fake. The play fake, and Gales was open.
Okay. Second down.
What happened?
Somebody was trying to give me a dynamite drop-in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so they went for the home run
and
first play.
Didn't execute it.
It was there, but it just wasn't able to make the connection.
Schultz will get the snap and hand to Edwards running to his right. He'll cross the 30 and get run out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Jake Ryan, who's the middle linebacker for the Bees, on the stop. And it's going to be third down coming up.
Dino, I know that in third and long, you look for the pass, but I go right back to that first down play. I'm gonna challenge the DBs of Brecksville with Gales until they prove they can cover.
They didn't even try. They weren't even in the pistol on that first down play. They had Schultz coming under center, trying to go up top. Gales was open, too.
He was. A little deep post.
Third down, about 9 here for the Bengals, and they're going to need a timeout. Just having issues trying to get that playoff before the clock went to 0. So we'll stay here with a third down and 9 coming up. The offensive line for the Bengals, a little bit different tonight because of an injury to Sawyer Hamrick. It's Joseph McDonald at one of the tackles, Jacob Vasquez at the other tackle, Thomas Jolly Jr. and Brandon Black are your guards. Luke Beltowski is the center.
Yeah, I don't quite understand why there was a miscomm there, Dino.
I don't either.
Forced a timeout by Benny's because they're on the near side and they're looking to get the signals. And I wonder if they changed the play and then they didn't like it.
That's
if there was
possible.
some sort of an audible, and then the coaching staff didn't like what they heard, so they so they called timeout.
All right, so Schultz will get the offense back on the field.
Well, there's your single wide left, which was double wide left before.
Trips
so
right.
Yeah, they changed the formation.
3rd and 9 for the Bengals at their own 30. And they're going to give a jet sweep to Angelo Lott. And Lott, very little room to run. He'll get to about the 32, and that's really about it.
I don't understand that, Dino. I mean, who am I to tell
You took a timeout for the help?
Yeah, who am I to tell the Benny's coaching staff what to do? I know what they're looking at. Trips right, you go left.
Right.
But I still don't like the play call. Not with those receivers.
Lott only got a yard there, so it's a 3 and out for the Bengals. And I believe Christian Cora is the punter, then back deep to receive. You've got Ronnie Wilson and Jeremy Ginazzo. There'll be double safeties just inside the 50-yard line here. And we've got a flag down here.
Too many men for Brecksville?
Must be, because it came from the back judge. That would make sense.
He looked like he was counting. I only count 11. I think he made a mistake.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I think he's picking the flag up.
Yeah.
He made a mistake.
Yeah. Good eye, D-man. Good eye, D-man.
Double vision by the back judge. He saw more bees than there were.
So they'll pick up the flag, and we'll try to get
it. Looks like there's about 100 guys on the line for Brecksville.
Right.
So I don't blame the back judge.
You've got 2 guys back, so
yeah.
I get it. Brecksville lays back, and Ginazzo's going to let the punt go right to the 40-yard line. That's where it's going to be down. So good field position for the Bees. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. 10:55 to play, first quarter, no score. Joe Labus, the quarterback for the Bees. Ethan Hatcher and Garrett Kubitz will split the running back duties. Jeremy Ginazzo, Ronnie Wilson are your wide receivers, along with Dylan Clark, Luke Curran, Luke Gibbons, Ryan Nin, Jake Nelson, and Kirk Doskasil tackle to tackle on your O-line.
Dino, you couldn't ask for a better start for Brecksville. I mean, they got away with the first down, getting beat deep because the quarterback overshot his man, but you get a 3 and out, and you get the ball at the 40, and you know you have the ball to start the second half.
The junior quarterback, Joe Labus, ready to go on 1st and 10. He'll turn, give, and that's going to be Hatcher to the 43-yard line. So it gets about 2, maybe 3 on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Benedictine runs out of a 4-3 defense, and with Sawyer Hamrick down, Grigor Gavris will see more time at defensive tackle alongside Thomas Jolly Jr. It's a big defensive line. Rosser and Beltovsky are on the defensive ends. 2nd down and 7. Pistol look here for Labus. Gets the snap. He'll run. This time to his right. He's got room to the 45 to the 50. Gets the first down into Bengal territory, and he'll be brought down just inside the Benedictine 48-yard line. But we talked about Labus as a dual-threat quarterback.
Yeah, and that was on display there. A little run-pass option type play, and did a nice job to hit the hole.
Bees will have 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, and Corey Steese will be the H-back.
Press man coverage, real press man coverage, for Benny's.
Wow. Labus with a 1st and 10. Boy, you're exactly right.
Right on him.
Yep. And they'll go on the ground again. Hatcher to the 45, still on his feet, and he'll be brought down at the 44. Ethan Hatcher gets about 4 on that run. He averages just under 8 yards per carry, 829 yards and 13 touchdowns. When they go to Kubitz, there's no drop-off. Actually, Kubitz had 945 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns.
And Hatcher already with 2 hard runs between the tackles, positive yards.
But it's been all runs so
good
far
sign
here.
For Brecksville.
Yeah, Brecksville trying to establish the run here. 2nd down and 7. As they spot the ball at the 44 of the Bengals.
Yeah, they got Benny's offsides. I don't understand why the corner did that. There's no reason for him to get that close to the receiver.
Yeah,
he just walked over the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I was worried about Dylan Clark. I think Andre Rogers was the guilty party. He was worried about Dylan Clark, the wide receiver for the Bees. And Brecksville gets a gift 5 yards.
Did it right in front of the side judge.
Yep. And they don't miss it. Oh. 2nd and 2 now. As they mark it just inside the 40-yard line. Again, Labus still hasn't thrown a pass yet here. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side on 2nd and short. Fake handoff, fired over the middle, pass caught. It'll be a 1st down at the 32. Ronnie Wilson on a little slant makes that catch, and it's another Brecksville-Broadview Heights 1st down.
Yeah, and I like that play call because I'm sure Benny's is thinking they're going to run it because it's 3rd and short or 2nd and short at that point. But they did a nice job to pull it out and throw the Slant.
Boy, and Benedictine nearly had 12 men on the field as they'll go to Hatcher on first down. This time, the Bengals are ready for him, and they'll bring him down. Looks like Miles Bird led the charge from his cornerback spot on the hit. But yeah, they've been Brecksville's been able to move the football pretty well on this drive, but they've been conservative doing it here to this point. And you wonder if they're maybe softening up. I mean, it's working.
And you're eating clock. You're keeping Benny's offense off the field. So
it's good strategy.
It's working well. Yeah. Another penalty, Dino. Another offsides.
Wow. So now it's going to be 1st and 5. So wipe out the result there. It's 1st and 5 now. The ball at the Bengal 28. No score. 8:34 to go. First quarter. Man in motion. And the Bees will go with the jet sweep at the 25-20. That's Wilson inside the 20. And Ronnie Wilson will be brought down for another Brecksville first down. And we'll see where they're going to mark this at about the 13-yard line.
This is just real good creativity in the run game, Dino, by Brecksville's coaching staff. And these guys are executing the plays very well.
7th carry of the year for Wilson, and it was an effective one. Ball now is at the Benedictine 13, 1st and 10 for Brecksville. Out of the pistol, as Labus will fire another one. Caught the 5 and in. Touchdown! Unbelievable. It's Ronnie Wilson on a dart thrown by Joe Labus. Brecksville-Broadview Heights with a 6-0 lead.
Well, listen, first of all, you credit the receiver for flashing open, but I was watching the trajectory of that pass, and when it was released, he threw to a spot. He did not throw to the man. He threw to the spot, and the receiver caught up to the ball, which is exactly how that pass needs to be thrown.
It was a 60-yard touchdown drive by Brecksville-Broadview Heights for Joe Labus. That's his 23rd touchdown pass of the season. And the 11th touchdown catch for Wilson. The extra point for Aiden Minnick is up on its way, and it is good. 8:06 to go, first quarter, and the Bees have struck first. They lead 7-0.
Yeah, one of the keys to being a good quarterback, Dino, is anticipation. Throwing the receiver open or throwing to a spot instead of throwing to the man. That way you can lead him, which is exactly what Labus did.
I mean, that's college. I mean, that's D1 type of a throw right there.
You have to trust that when you throw the ball to a spot, to an area, that the receiver is going to run into that area, and that's exactly what happened. That's a sign of a good quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, Labus has been efficient all year. He came in with 167 completions and 251 attempts. I mean, at the high school level, that's impressive.
And Dino, that drive was just tremendous for Brecksville. I mean, of course, it was tremendous because they scored a touchdown, but the variety, you saw the jet sweeps, you saw the power runs in between the tackles, you saw mixing in some passes.
Shoot up clock, as you pointed out.
Shoot up clock. I mean, everything went the way it was supposed to for Brecksville. And you're getting these bonus offsides calls on the Benny's DBs.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they have to get that close to the receiver.
And remember also the Bengals had to burn a timeout early on that first drive as the kick will go over the head and be caught. I think it's Gales at about the 4-yard line, at the 15 to about the 20 to the 21-yard line. Spot exactly. Benedictine's jersey is not necessarily the most announcer friendly. The
powder blues.
Powder blues, but they're great to look at. By the way, I mean I think they're stylish, but it's not always easy to spot numbers from a distance there. But the Bengals will have it at their own 22, their second possession of this first quarter, but now trailing 7-0 after the 13-yard touchdown pass to Wilson from Labus. So ball will be now at the 22, 1st and 10. And Ronnie Schultz wants to throw on first down. Pass caught at the 29-yard line and out of bounds there. Rosser with the catch over on the far side, and it'll be 2nd down and short.
Safe pass. Nothing wrong with that.
Got to get him going. He's going to be Rosser and Gales are absolute beasts. Got to get them going. So for the Bengals now, it'll be second down and about 4. They'll go on the ground to Edwards, and Edwards will take it across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Nice jump cut by Edwards there. He was bottled up initially, but was able to jump cut his way to extra 3, 4, 5 yards.
6 yards per carry this year for Jalen Edwards. Yeah, Benedictine will give it to him early and often. So it'll be first and 10 now for the Bengals. Schultz back on the ground. It's Edwards crossing the 35, and he'll take it out to the 38-yard line. Another 5-yard pickup. Bees operate from a 4-3 defense. And they really are strong on the ends with Andrew Link and Kyle Stadler. Their linebackers, James Pakunas, Jake Ryan, and Matt Rose.
I'll say this too, Dino. They have a lot of trust in their corners. A lot of trust.
Yeah. I don't know if I would, yeah.
Because those safeties are really close to the line of scrimmage.
Schultz to throw on second and short pass. Caught Gales on the near side at the 45 for a first down. And he'll be brought down. And they're going to actually put him down at the Brecksville-Broadview Heights 49-yard line. James Petkunas from his linebacker spot with some help from Kate Urbacher at safety on the stop.
Yeah, another safe pass. Just get your ball to your guys on the outside. No panic from Benny's down 7-0. It's not like they're just chucking the ball deep all the time. They're methodically working their way down the field.
Although you and I both like that first down play call that they did.
It was there.
Top to Gales. In motion goes Merrill. From the 49, it'll be Edwards getting the carry. He's entrapped in the backfield, able to get back to the line of scrimmage and out of bounds right at the 49-yard line of the Bees. He had to run about 20 yards, I feel like, to get back that 1 yard, but get back to the line of scrimmage will be second and 10.
And you know what, Dino, that's the kind of run that, you know, it doesn't look like anything in the box score, but the fact that he avoided a loss was huge.
Could have been a 5-yard loss.
Yes.
But he was able to turn the corner and at least get something positive. And it'll be second down. Actually gave him about a half yard, so second down and a long 9. Schultz will move Edwards to his right with 4 wide receivers. On second and long, the throw right. Gales has it at the 42 and immediately tackled there. James Bronstrup, the cornerback for the Bees, made that immediate tackle, and it'll bring up third down and about 4 here for the Bengals.
Yeah, that's really nice technique by Bronstrup there to go low, tie up the legs, and make the tackle.
Benedictine facing a third down and about 4. Ball at the Brecksville-Broadview Heights 43. As Ronnie Schultz will go under center, give to Edwards. Edwards will pick, weave, get the first down, breaks a tackle, and almost busted it all the way. He's finally brought down at the 31-yard line by safety Carter Lloyd. If Lloyd can't bring him down, Edwards is gone for the touchdown.
That's right. A nice wham play there, and very nice job by Benny's to execute the play. I'm wondering if Brecksville might have thought they were going to throw a little hitch.
Yeah, I wonder that too.
They ran the wham, and it was well done.
Rosser out, single over on the wide left, and they've got 2 receivers to the right. First and 10, and they'll go back to Edwards, and this time the Bees bring him down for no gain. As amongst those on there was Carter Lloyd again, and the Bees got some good surge also from their defensive line as they're going to credit Kirk Daskasil from his tackle spot on the stop. Second and 10. We are under 5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. 7-0. The Bees on top, but the Bengals are on the march. Second and 10 from the Brecksville-Broadview Heights 32. Schultz under center, and now he pulls out to get the play call in. And he'll stay under center with 2 receivers on each side. Play fake, second down. It's Schultz looking to throw, flushed. He's going to tuck, he's going to run at the 25, inside the 20, and pulled down at about the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 15 and another first down for Benedictine.
Dino, I think he wanted to go to Gales on a post route, but they dropped the safety into double coverage. And Schultz said, you know what, I'm going to take off. And
smart play.
Job.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Didn't try to force it.
Yeah, not known for his running ability, but he can certainly take off and move with it. And it will be 4 minutes to go. 1st and 10 at the 17 now for the Bengals. And Schultz will move back to the pistol. Edwards directly behind him. We have 3 wide receivers. Merrill over there on the far side is tight end. Back to throw. Schultz looks under pressure to his right and throws it away, incomplete. Closest man to the football was Jalen Edwards, but you had Brecksville with Matt Rose coming in on the blitz from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, he looked to his left, didn't like what he saw, and, got rid of it.
2nd and 10 at the 17 with 3:44 to go in this first quarter. As Gales will move out wide right. Rosser over wide left. I think Lott's over there as well. 2nd, and now Edwards is going to move next to Schultz here. 2nd and 10. Schultz, little bubble screen at the 15. It is caught, and then down to about the 10-yard line. Angelo Lott on that catch. And it's a gain of 7. It'll set up a 3rd down and 3. Lott gets forgotten sometimes. We saw him against NDCL play very well. 3 touchdown catches this year, 335 yards, operating mainly out of the slot.
Yeah, this is going to be a fascinating play called, Dino. I would think they're going to go to Edwards here, but we'll see.
On 3rd and short, it's Edwards. He gets it at the 5, and that'll be enough for the 1st down, and Jalen will be brought down inside the 5 near the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal from that spot.
That's just hat on hat. They said we're going between the tackles with our stud running back, and they did a nice job.
Yeah, very, like you talked about with Brecksville on their touchdown drive, very patient approach here for the Bengals on this response drive.
Yes.
Feeding Edwards, short passes.
It would be easy to panic a little bit, or not panic, but get nervous. There's no nerves on Benny's side right now.
Bengals with the eye, 1st and goal to give Jalen Edwards, and he will go down to the 2-yard line. Gets about 2 on that pickup. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. As James Pecunis makes the tackle, along with Jake Ryan, a couple linebackers for the Bees. So it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, they'll operate from the eye. Schultz will go under center.
I don't think anything fancy. Just keep going to him.
There he is. Edwards gets it again. The Bees track him down, and I think there's a late fumble. I think the Bengals pounced back on it back at the 4-yard line. They did. the far side.
It's so hard to ID the number there, Dino, but whoever it was, the corner, he was thinking pick too.
I think that may have been Stopper over there.
I don't have my binoculars. It's a tough look.
It's a tough look on that far side.
In the dark. But that was he anticipated that and was thinking about a pick and then made the wise play and just dislodged the ball.
Glad I'm not the only one who was struggling there on that read. All right, 10 seconds to go. Clock stops at an incomplete pass now. Timeout.
For Brecksville.
Yeah. So Martin Potter will get his offense here and talk about it here before this 3rd and 8 play with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter from the Bengal 43. For Martin Potter, this is his 2nd year as the head coach of the Bees. 0-10 last year, 7-3 this year. It's quite a turnaround.
Yes, it is.
And Jarrett Good, the former, he played for the Bengals for Benedictine in the 90s, went on to Youngstown State, played for Jim Tressel, won a 1AA national championship for them. He's back now as the head coach, and in year 1, 9-1. And, you know, I remember when Munch and I saw the Bengals earlier this year against NDCL, the one thing when you looked at their coaching staff, just loaded with Bengal alums, with Benedictine alums. I mean, they really wanted to bring back that pride. And they've got it, certainly this year. 3rd and 10 for the Bees. Make it 3rd and 8, I'm sorry. From the 43 of the Bengals. Labus ready off the pistol. Fake handoff. He looks to throw, in trouble, and he's just going to throw it away because you had 1, 2, 3 blue jerseys bearing down on him back at his own 40-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, the ref took a long look at that about whether or not to call roughing, and he correctly said no.
So that will bring up 4th down. We're still in this first quarter, 4th and 8. Credit the pressure, Uchenna and Zekwe, one of those defenders for the Bengals that were in bearing down on Labus. It's 4th and 8. Labus is your punter.
I don't know what's going on here, Dino.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Well, they're in the pistol right now, but remember, he can punt. They're going to go for it.
Wow.
Labus looks to throw. Fires. Middle. Incomplete and almost intercepted at the 30-yard line. Was looking over on the right side for Wilson. And that was well read by the Bengals.
Dino, I don't get it. I don't get the clock management toward the end of the first quarter. Well, I don't understand why you're going for it there. I mean, I guess you have supreme confidence in your quarterback, but you got a chance to pin Benny's deep in their own end?
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm going with it. In this game, it's going to be a tight football game, field position, and I mean, Labus has had a great year, and they've had a great year offensively, but I'm with you. I think you try to, in a playoff game, you're trying to win the field possession game. If it's 4th and 2, maybe it's different. Not on 4th and 8. So the incomplete pass will give the ball back to the Bengals to start this second quarter. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And I'm sure the Benny's coaching staff would say, you know, we have confidence in our guys. You know, we're playing to win, that type of thing. But that was a strange decision in my opinion.
Agreed. See, just kind of remember that, stick a pin in that moment. If it comes back later on in this football game, it'll be something we're talking about. Tyler Carey will have some scores here for us in a second. The Bengals will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43. And Schultz will get his team ready to go here. They haven't started the play clock. Now they do. 2 receivers on the left side. He moves Edwards to his left. 1 receiver to the right. In motion is Gary Merrill. On 1st down, Schultz over the middle. Pass is caught. And Rosser has it inside the 40. Still on his feet. Inside the 35. And finally brought down at the 33-yard line. Rosser is big. 6'3", 205 pounds. Can't arm tackle him when you're trying to bring him down.
Yeah, he was open. I don't know, Dino. You could sense a momentum swing.
You know, getting that turnover right on downs.
Turnover on downs, and then a big pass play. And now Benny's is feeling good about itself.
Rogers and Gales to the right, Rosser to the left. 1st and 10 Bengals. Schultz back on top in the air. Rosser again at the 25 makes the catch and knocked out of bounds at about the 23. It's going to be close to another first down. We'll see where they mark it. That's very close to the marker. And let's see. I think they're going to say it's just a little bit short, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. Give him a 9-yarder over on the left sideline. Getting that University of Akron commit rolling here to start this second quarter. Again, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left for the Bengals, 2nd and 1. Jalen Edwards gets the carry, gets the first down, spins to the 20, and gets brought down at the 19. James Pacunas making the tackle for the Bees. First down, Bengals at the 19. This time looks like Andre Rogers is going to be moved out to the left alongside Charles Rosser.
Trying to figure out where the play call's coming from, Dino, as I look on the Benedictine sideline.
As back on the ground, Edwards, he's going to be spun down and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Matt Rose was the first B to get in there, and then a couple of his teammates helped to clean up the play. Back at about the 21, that's a loss of 2. But that's a fine play by linebacker Matt Rose, who's only a sophomore.
I saw Jake Ryan in there as well.
It's a good linebacking core. You got a sophomore in Rose, a junior in Ryan, and a senior in Petkunas. 2nd and 12. Ronnie Schultz will go to the pistol. Edwards stands now to his right in 3 wide receiver mode. Schultz in trouble, lost the handle of the football, and I think the Bees might have it. Hang on.
Out.
Back at about the 27-yard line. Just the ball kind of squirted out on Schultz when he went back to throw, and Brecksville's got it.
Yeah, it was very unusual. It was a drop. He had it and then dropped it.
He was looking left.
He wasn't trying to throw. He just was getting ready to set up to throw, and the ball fell out of his hand.
So an uncharacteristic turnover by Ronnie Schultz and the Bengals, and they've got the football to the Bees now, 1st and 10 at their own 28. Playoff scoreboard for you. Avon leading Worcester 14-0 in the first quarter. The winner of that one meets the winner of this game next Friday. Avon Lake on top of Maple Heights 7-0 in the first. Wadsworth leading Olmsted Falls 14-0 in the second quarter. Those are all Region 6 scores. And then we'll get you more here in a second. 1st and 10 for the Bees. Just shy of their own 30. They'll send Wilson in motion, faked him on the jet sweep, and they'll give it to Garrett Kubitz. He's got room to the 35, crosses the 40, and down to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and a first down for Kubitz.
Yeah, that's really nice, well-executed play again by Brecksville in the running game.
Division I, Region 1, men are leading Cleveland Heights 14-7 in the second quarter. St. Edward over Medina 14-7 in the second. Massillon shutting out Harding 13-0. I believe that's in the first quarter. And Hoban 21-0 over Alliance already in the first.
Anything surprising you, Dino?
Not really. As Lavis gets the snap. And they'll go to Kubitz, and again, getting help from his offensive lineman. They'll move the pile forward to the 45, but there's a flag down just as that pile was moving forward, and we'll see.
Sideline warning.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a sideline warning on Benny's.
That's exactly what it was.
Wow.
Yep, sideline warning on the Bengals. Kubitz will pick up 4 on that run. Actually, almost 5, really. They're going to spot it.
Boy.
Out near the 46.
After the sideline warning, you saw Benny's, everybody steps like 10 steps back.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, okay, we'll get out of your way, sir.
Yep.
Boy, this side judge has been busy today, hasn't he?
Yes.
Wow. He doesn't want anybody around him.
2nd down. And a long 4, close to 5. Wilson's going to go in motion. Actually, that's Clark. It'll be Lavis running left. Will student body left. He's got room to the 45-50. First down, 45-40. To the 35-30. Lavis still on his feet. Inside the 15-yard line and down to about the 13. Joe Lavis just turned on the afterburners once he crossed midfield. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees near the 10-yard line.
Dino, you had an ISO block as he turned the corner, and it was one of the bigs for Brecksville, and he threw his hands up in front of the official saying, please don't call a hold on this.
Yeah, right.
I didn't hold him, and the call that, was correct. He didn't hold him.
Labus back to work. He'll give it. Kubitz inside the 10. Kubitz to the 5, down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal there. They marked it right at the 10, so that was a 1st and goal play there. So it'll be 2nd and goal near the 4-yard line. Gavris on the tackle.
Really like what Brecksville's doing between the tackles, Dino. That sets up the stuff on the perimeter.
Yeah, getting a good push. Kubitz behind quarterback Joe Labus, 2nd and goal. Give to Kubitz, and he'll be wrestled down at about the 2, and it'll set up 3rd and goal from there. Brecksville leading 7-3, trying to add to the lead here following the fumble recovery. And it will be, indeed, 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line for the Bees. One receiver to the far left, that's Dylan Clark. 2 receivers right, Wilson and Genazzo. 3rd and goal for the Bees at the 2. Labus is ready. Gets the snap. Gives Kubitz to the 1, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Bees.
Really nice block by the center there, Dino.
Yeah, behind Ryan Nin, Garrett Kubitz takes it in from 2 yards out. Touchdown number 12 of the season to make it now a 13-3 Brecksville lead.
So much for momentum swinging to Benny's.
Yeah,
I mean,
they certainly had it after the turnover on downs.
Brecksville gets a huge break there and takes advantage of it.
Right.
They get a dropped football by the quarterback and go right down the field and score with the big play by Labus.
Here's Aiden Minnick for the extra point. He's ready. Good snap and hold. The kick is up on its way, and it is good. 7:38 to play in the first half. And the Bees from Brecksville-Broadview Heights lead the Benedictine Bengals 14-3 here at Bedford Bearcat Stadium.
I would call this a surprise.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is, of all the scores I read, because, again, it's early, but, those scores that Tyler gave us, Menor 14-7 over Cleveland Heights, well, it's early. But, at some point you would expect Menor maybe to pull away. Again, St. Edward and Medina, at some point you would expect St. Edward probably to pull away in that game, but yeah, this is not the start I think we expected. I also heard, by the way, Aurora, last I heard, they were scoreless, I think, with Steubenville in their game over in at Veterans Stadium in region number 9. Tonight, divisions 1, 2, 3, and 6 are in action. It'll be like that throughout the course of these first 4 weeks of the playoffs. And then you've got divisions 4, 5, and 7 playing tomorrow night. But a good start here on the road for the Bees from Brecksville-Broadview Heights.
Great
start.
Lead
at 14-3. They had tried to make that furious comeback last week against Wadsworth, and they lost. They tried to go for 2 instead of go for the tie and force overtime. And they've come right back and played well. A little pop-up kick. It's going to bounce on the turf at the 20. Picked up by the Bengals at the 30. At the 35. Bumbling down to the 42-yard line. And down there, their ball came loose. But they'll say at that point it was down there. That was Marvin Conkle, who very nearly had an 80-yard touchdown return. Just couldn't keep his footing. Conkle's pretty impressive returning kicks. I like watching him back there. He's exciting. They'll mark it at the 41, 1st and 10 for the Bengals there. It's an important drive here, down 11. See if they can get themselves relaxed and back on offense here and try to punch one down the field.
And Brecksville gets the ball to start the second half.
Yes. Yeah, the Bengals won the toss. They wanted the football right away. And literally in the first play from scrimmage, they tried to go for the home run ball. First down, Schultz gives Edwards, and Jalen to his right to about the 43. Short gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up here. Look like Luke Gibbons and Andrew Link combined on the tackle. 2nd and 8.
I'll tell you what, Dino. I know you don't panic yet if you're Benny's, but pretty soon you got to start taking advantage of the size advantage you have at wide receiver versus their corners, versus Brecksville's corners.
Yeah, you wonder if something like that's coming up here. They'll move Edwards to the left of Schultz. He looks to throw on second down. Pressured, gets away to the 45, to the 49-yard line, and brought down there for a gain of 6. Joey Fazoli, the defensive tackle, a 220-pounder, kind of fell on top of Schultz there, who gets up. He's okay. And it'll bring up third and about 2 for the Bengals. So we approach the halfway point of quarter number 2. 14-3, the Bees on top. And Schultz will go under center. Edwards, the lone man in the backfield. Third and 2, Edwards gets the carry, and he'll get the first down into Brecksville-Broadview Heights territory inside the 47-yard line. Yeah, nothing fancy there. Just give it to the workhorse and let him do his damage. Yes, let's see. Andre Rogers going to check in at wideout, and he's going to come out.
Yeah, Dino,
Edwards will get a break.
I'm just watching the interplay between the side judge and the Benny's players or the Brecksville players.
Well, you're not kidding, though. I mean,
that's a
lot
of talking.
That side judge has been busy tonight.
He's active.
Schultz pump fakes on first down.
He wanted to go deep.
Flags down. Schultz goes down back at the 50-yard line.
He's got a holding on Benny's.
As amongst those on that sack was Matt Rose. They mark it at the 49, but again, they'll tack off here for the holding penalty. Yeah, I was wondering if they took Jalen Edwards out on that play, so you were wondering if maybe Edwards was going to come back in. You were wondering if they maybe were going to try to go up top, and that was the thought there for Jarrett Good and the Bengals. The holding penalty will move it all the way back to the Bengal 43-yard line, and it's going to make it first and quite a ways here. They have to get it all the way to the Bees' 36-yard line, first and 22. As Ronnie Schultz will move Jalen Edwards to his right off the shotgun. First and 22, Schultz over the middle. Rosser has it at the 45 of the Bees, to the 40, gets a first down to the 30. He's to the 25-20. Rosser to the 10. Rosser to the 5, down to the 2-yard line, where it will be first and goal for the Bengals.
That's a man's game right there. He just said, get off me, get off me, get off me. By the way, Dino, that play is open all day.
I agree with you.
If they want it, it's open all day. Too much size.
Man's
for the
game
big
right
man.
there.
I mean, he was one of the guys that was intimidating me during the pregame warm-ups. I'm like, one of these days you got to go to him. They've gone to him a couple times. He's been wide open.
I gotta ask about that. He and Chris Gales, I think, have they were pumped up and ready. First and goal from about the 2. Schultz gives. It'll be Edwards trying to squeak it into the end zone. I don't think he got there. And it will be second and goal from there at the 1. I'll double check. That may not have been Jalen Edwards. That may have been Gary Merrill on that last carry. Now, Edwards is there with Merrill in the backfield. Edwards is the fullback, and Merrill is the tailback. Second and goal at about the 1. Schultz going to keep it, moves the pile ahead, and there it is. That's a touchdown for the Bengals. Ronnie Schultz from a yard out takes it in for the Bengals, and with 4:43 to play in the first half, it is now a 14-9 Brecksville lead.
I'll tell you what, it's easy to respond to adversity when you have big guys on the outside. You know what I mean?
Charles Rosser can.
Rosser, I mean,
but also Gales and Edwards. You have big play options.
There is a size advantage for these Benny's receivers, and they need to take advantage of it.
Sharon's extra point is up and good to make it 14-10 in Brecksville-Broadview Heights, 4-point lead. Late in this second quarter, about 4:23 to go. So plenty of time for the Bees with a 4-point lead, but a fine response by the Bengals that started with the good kick return by Marvin Conkle. That he nearly busted in for the touchdown, but ended up being a 59-yard touchdown drive. A lot of the yards supplied courtesy of Charles Rosser. That wasn't just you had it exactly right. Get off me.
Yeah, he did that about 3 times on the way down the field.
Unbelievable.
And he was mad that he didn't get in.
Yeah.
You know, he was
wanted
dragging
that.
some guys inside the 10. So
That's one thing Charles Rosser has smelled the end zone quite a few times this year. 13 touchdown catches. 13 of Schultz's 23 touchdown passes this year gone to Rosser. Tom Arth is going to love Charles Rosser at the University of Akron.
Yeah. He's a big man.
Yeah.
Big and fast, you know. I mean, he's got it all.
Ginazzo and Wilson back deep to receive for the Bees.
I don't think you're going to see the one hopper that pops up at the 20-yard line. He's got to cut this one loose.
I gotta tell you, I got to call a first kickoff return for a touchdown of the season last week, courtesy of Kenston in the game against Mayfield. This is returnable for Wilson at the 4. He'll run to the 10, cuts back at the 15, outside to the 20, still on his feet, and finally down at about the 21-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Bees at that particular point. 4:34 to play now in this second quarter on a 14-10 lead for Brecksville-Broadview Heights.
Yeah, Dino, I get that every possession in a playoff game is important, but this one particularly so because if you're Brecksville, you desperately want to go into the locker room with the lead, but you're sitting here at 4:34 and you're at the 20. You've got to be able to move the chains and eat the clock up. You don't want to give the ball right back to Benny's.
First and 10 at the 20. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, by the way, in this first half. As Labus ready to go. Sends a man in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep and go right back on the right side to Labus to throw.
Oh!
It's caught at the 40.
What a
to
throw.
the 45, 50. Ball comes loose. Can they keep it alive?
It's still in there.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Picked up by Wilson.
What's the call?
No, they're going to mark it down at the 33-yard line.
Wait a minute.
Jeremy Ginazzo made the catch.
Wait a minute.
And Wilson picked it up, and we thought for sure Wilson was going to take it for a touchdown.
Gosh, that looked to me like it stayed in bounds.
Well, you had, first things first, Ginazzo, they're going to mark it at the Bengal 38-yard line. So credit Ginazzo with the catch. It looked like Matthew Stauffer was going to recover it at one point for the Bengals, and then it still was loose. We thought that it was loose in bounds and that Ronnie Wilson was going to pick it up and take it for a touchdown, but they mark it down at the Benedictine 38-yard line.
Lost in all that, Dino, a fantastic throw, dropping it into the bucket again by Labus.
By Labus. An over-the-shoulder catch by Ginazzo as well. First and 10. Labus gives, and it's going to be Kubitz at the 35, and he'll take it down to the 34-yard line. Got 4 on that pickup, second down and 6. Terrence Holland, the middle linebacker, leading the charge on that one for the Bengals. They actually, where are they marking? Boy, that looks
35.
like but if you look at the yard marker on the far side.
The chain gang.
Yeah.
Guy's got to move back a little bit.
Kubitz standing behind Labus on second down and about 6. And Labus will throw over the middle, incomplete for Wilson. Two flags down for late interference.
Yeah. Now, I think it's pass interference, not holding.
I think you're right.
So, yeah, it's PI.
Yeah. And the problem is, and the reason why I think the Bengal fans aren't going to be happy as much as anything else was the timing of the flags being thrown. But there was contact going on as they were trying to get it to Wilson. You said it right. It was thrown high for Ronnie, and it was a dangerous pass there, but ends up working out pretty well here for the Bees. They're going to mark it at the Benedictine 19. 3:41 to go now in the second quarter, and after the Schultz touchdown plunge, the Bees right back on the march here in the red zone. Labus was a timeout. Yeah, you had Ronnie Wilson coming in motion, what will look like a jet sweep, and the Bengals, they're motioning that Benedictine got the timeout, and they'll have one more remaining in this first half. 3:41 to go before halftime. It's a big spot, though, here for both teams. You've got a 4-point lead for the Bees, and as you pointed out, I mean, we still have a lot of time here before halftime, but, Brecksville-Broadview Heights is going to start the second half with the football, so the one thing you don't want to do here is fall behind by a couple of scores before halftime here if you're the Bengals.
Right.
This is a 4 versus 5 matchup in Division II Region 6. Benedictine, the 4 seed, get the home game. The 5 seed, of course, are the Bees. And, you know, when you have the 4-5 matchups like this, you know, something you never know. You envision that it's going to be a close game. By the way, let's see. St. Vincent St. Mary out to a 6-0 lead on Streetsboro in the second quarter. That is in region number 9. Chardon. I mean, we'll get back to that in a second. That region 9, talk about the money region, loaded with local talented teams. Kubitz will get the carry inside the 15. He goes inside the 10, still on his feet, and Garrett Kubitz will take it to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 12. It'll be first and goal for the Bees.
The left guard for the Bees is doing a heck of a job in this half.
It's Luke Gibbons, the 250-pound senior. First and goal for the Bees at the 7. Out of the pistol, Labus has Kubitz behind him with 3 wide receivers. The give to Kubitz. Inside the 5, still on his feet, still chopping to the goal line, and he is in. Yeah. Touchdown for the Bees, Garrett Kubitz.
I mean, he ran up against that wall. The left guard and the center are doing a whale of a job creating a nice wall, and he's just sliding in behind it, keeping the legs churning, and I mean, wow, Brecksville is impressing the heck out of me.
Garrett Kubitz with a touchdown. He scored. You've got Labus has thrown a touchdown. Kubitz now with a couple of runs here, and with 3:14 to go before halftime, it's now a 20-10 Bees lead. And Minnick will try to add one more here. Boy, on the road, the Bees have come to play tonight. Here's the extra point for Minnick. It's up, and it's perfect. 21-10, the Bees lead the Bengals here at Bedford's Bearcat Stadium.
You know, Dino, we were saying that Brecksville had to feel a little bit of pressure with 4.5 to go, getting the ball back right after Benny's has scored. You don't want to give it back to him. Well, now you flip that over to Benny's. Benny's is saying, okay, we got 3:14 to go. We don't, as you say, want to go into the half down 2 scores when we know they're getting the ball to start the second half. So what do you do here? You know, what kind of play calling do you have in what I think is an extended 2-minute drill?
Yeah.
Might as well be.
Because right now it feels like, you know, it's going to be like the first team to 42 might win this football game the way it's going. And right now it's advantage Bees here with this 11-point edge.
Yeah.
All right, so Brecksville will kick it off. And again, keep an eye on one Marvin Conkle, one of the 2 back deep to receive for the Bengals, waiting at about the 15-yard line. Conkle has come close to busting a couple of them here tonight. Now for the Bees, they don't use Minnick to kick off. They use Dylan DeGatano. And he approaches the football. It's high but short, and it's returnable at the 25 by one of the upmen to the 35 to the 39-yard line. And again, Bengals with good field position as that is returned out to the 39-yard line. I think it might have been, looked like Jalen Edwards who might have got it on the near side.
Dino, speaking of Edwards, with much respect to him, if I'm Benny's, I'm going Gales and Rosser, and I'm going to force Brecksville
to stop my pass
to stop
game.
those 2 guys, because there's I keep saying it, there's too much of a size advantage on the Brecksville corners not to take advantage of that if you're Benny's.
First and 10 at their own 39 here for the Bengals. 3:08 to go before halftime. 21-10, Brecksville on top. Back to throw Schultz. Time over the middle, nobody home, incomplete.
Yeah,
and a late flag coming down.
That's the right call.
Yeah, there was
face guarding essentially.
Yeah, as they're looking for Gales, and he got face guarded in traffic at about the 45-yard line of the Bees.
Like I said, you just keep throwing it in the direction of either one of those guys.
Yep.
Number 8 or number 1.
Pass
until
interference
they
is the
stop
call.
you.
So immediately, that penalty is going to move it right into Brecksville territory as they will mark it near the 46. With 3:05 to go in quarter number 2. Schultz, 2 receivers to each side. Although you got one really tight on the right, that's Merrill. And man going in motion.
Pop pass.
Boy, pop pass on the high slot inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's an excellent effort. As he basically was off a high snap, and Ronnie Schultz just kind of gave a little touch pass to Angelo Lott, and he took it out to the 39-yard line. It's a fine effort. 8 yards, about 9 yards. I'm sorry, 7. We'll call it to the 39.
It's possible that was a jet sweep that turned into a pop pass.
I think it was.
High snap.
Yeah. It's on the ground. It'll be Edwards inside the 35, and he'll get a first down to the 34-yard line. Yeah, I don't know how they'll officially mark it. They may actually call that a pass completion, but that was a great effort by Schultz. And heads up to just keep it going to Lott there. And now the Edwards will get him a first down at the Bees 34. 2:30 to play before halftime. And again, Benedictine now with 1 timeout remaining. They had to use one on that last defensive sequence. Out of the pistol. Rosser out wide left, 2 receivers to the right. And Schultz rolling right, chased, in trouble, back at the 45. Down he goes.
Oh, he lost
Ball
it.
comes loose.
Out.
And the Bees, well, they had it. Now they do have it at the 43.
Oh, man.
Somebody initially for Brecksville tried to pick it up and run for a touchdown, and I think Joey Fazoli ended up with the recovery at the 42. That's the second time in this first half that Ronnie Schultz has fumbled the football, and it's Brecksville's ball with 2:01 to go and 2 timeouts remaining at their own 42.
Yeah, and he was under duress this time. The other time it just dropped out of his hands. This time he's under duress, but you've got to do better with ball security, obviously.
I think Andrew Link was the one who forced that fumble, coming in and giving pressure on Schultz.
I hear what you're saying, Dino. I don't think he was hit in the hand or the arm.
No, I don't either.
But I don't either. Yeah, he did
there was
have
contact. There was contact there, but yeah, that was on the quarterback. And now Labus wants to throw. He's hit as he looks to throw deep right side. Janazo's got it inside the 30 at the 25-yard line on another beautiful pass by Joe Labus.
Man, you talk about dropping dimes.
That
Benny's. Whoa, what a throw.
That was a thing of beauty.
Oh, jeez.
1:54 to go in the first half, and that's another first down completion to Janazo right to the 20-yard line. And there was pressure coming in on Labus, and he had to get rid of it, and he still threw it beautifully. 4 wide receivers for the Bees. Labus looking right, throws right, incomplete, looking for Janazo. Came very close, by the way, to, not close, but a lateral, but you had Lott over there on the coverage, second down. Incomplete pass.
Let me say this, Dino. Brecksville's not getting anything that's going to the receiver covered by Gales. Gales is a lockdown corner in this game. You're going to have to go elsewhere.
Just interesting. Maybe nothing, but down on the Benedictine side, Carlton Yarborough, the backup quarterback, is loosening up. Wow. On second down, the give Kubitz has room to the 15. He's to the 10, and it'll be a first and goal at about the 9-yard line. Brecksville already leads at 21-10 and trying to tack on more with 1:42 to go in the first half.
Yeah, you wonder, well, I don't know, Dino. You wonder if there's a hand issue for Schultz, maybe? Is it banged up or something? He's standing there with his helmet at the 47. Yeah. All right.
First and goal from the 9. We'll find out momentarily, perhaps. And here we go. Labus gives to Kubitz, runs left, looks for the corner. He'll be run out of bounds at about the 6-yard line, and somebody hit out of bounds.
That's personal foul.
Yep. That'll move it even closer.
Yeah. First and goal, half the distance.
Yeah, so to be move it up to about the 3 and call it a first and goal.
Yeah, he hit him out of bounds. That was a clear,
clear
penalty.
Frustration. They just have not been able to stop Kubitz when he breaks that first tackle.
Yeah.
So they'll march it off again from the 6, half the distance to the 3-yard line, and a fresh set of downs.
Kubitz has done a terrific job not only after contact, but avoiding initial contact and getting the extra yards after you think he's going to get hit.
First and goal for the Bees. I'm sorry, make it second and goal. It's second down. Second
I don't
and
know how
goal.
that's second and goal. It should be first and goal, but
Kubitz will get to carry. No, yeah, and he no.
What a play fake.
Leibitz fooled everyone,
Oh
including
gosh.
me. Faked the Kubitz and ran it all the way to the left for the touchdown on a beautiful run by Joe Leibitz, and nobody was near him. Nobody was near him. Completely fooled the entire stadium on that keeper. 27-10 Bees.
That was awesome. Leibitz, he walks it in. He's like, well, just because nobody knows that I have the ball doesn't mean I don't have the ball.
There's a hidden ball fake, and there's
hidden ball trick. You know, it was like a fumble Rooski by the quarterback. What a play by Leibitz. Man, oh man.
Boy, is he and the Bees offense dialed in right now. Here's the extra point for Minnick. It's up, and it is good. He is 4 for 4 tonight. And the Bees have opened up a 28-10 lead on the Bengals with 1:15 to go in the first half. Now, question just becomes
what you wondered about, Dino, is Schultz going back out there.
Let's
try to find him.
It was just interesting to see Carlton Yarborough Jr. warm up on the near sideline. And I'm trying to see if headset overboard. Headset overboard. And let's see. I know. I'll give you some light here if that helps. There you go. Headset overboard. Headset overboard.
Sorry about that.
All good.
We had a little tie up with a jacket with another chair, and
that always.
One of those things.
One of those things.
Wardrobe malfunction, I guess.
Well, I don't see.
Where is Schultz right now? Let's try to find him on the sideline.
No, he's got his helmet on.
Okay.
And Chris Gales came up and said something to him. So
stick with him.
Yeah, I would think so.
Well, I've been asking him to go to 1-8. I think you have to go to 1-8.
Well, now you're in that situation now, and there's a long way to go in this one. But the receivers are going to have to take over this game. The short kick is caught at the 17, out to the 30, 35, into the 40-yard line, and good field position again. Looked like Angelo, was it Lotto who turned it, or Benedictine? I think it was Lotto who took it to the 41-yard line. So that's where the Bengals will start with 1:10 to go before halftime. They've got one timeout remaining, so they've got time here to try to push one down here. And you always have to remember with Benedictine, they've got a terrific kicker in Yvon Sharon. He can certainly kick from he's hit his career long is 45. So.
Dino, those kickoffs have got to be deeper.
I agree.
You're giving Benny's a clean return at the 20 or thereabouts, and they're getting it up to the 40.
Start, yeah. You're flirting with danger. You're almost better off just to kick it out of bounds than if you're that concerned here. They're playing with fire. All right, Schultz to throw on first down. Steps up, throws right side. Pass deflected and incomplete at the 50-yard line. And that was a big hit delivered by James Bronstrup over on the intended receiver. Yeah. Over there on the far side. Second down.
You had...
I think it was Bedingfield was the intended receiver.
You had Gales and Rosser on the left, and you go to the right. I don't...
Yeah, Conkle was the intended receiver, and he was the one who took that shot from Bronstrup. 2nd and 10, 1:04 to go. Trips left, one receiver right. Yeah, I'm with you. Are you look for number 8, or you look for number 1? In motion, Lott. They'll fake to him. Little bubble screen to Rogers at the 40. Got a block, 45-50. And into Bees territory and out of bounds at the 48, maybe the 47-yard line. That's a first down.
And that's a decoy by Charles Rosser there, which pays off. You know, he's a guy that Brecksville's obviously concerned about, and you were able to run the bubble screen with him out there.
Yeah. Rogers was the beneficiary of the spacing. 2 receivers to each side. Schultz ready, 1st and 10 at the Brecksville 46. Edwards to the right of Schultz, who's back to throw. Fires left side, pass incomplete at the 33. Yep. Late flag coming in. They were looking for Rosser.
That's pass interference.
Yeah, he was hit early, just a split second too early by James Grattino.
Like I said, Dino, you keep throwing to those guys until Brecksville proves
that it
can cover you or not commit a penalty while doing it. Keep going to them.
The ball will be moved all the way up now to the 31-yard line. 54 seconds to go in the half. 28-10 Brecksville. But Benedictine now knocking on the door near the Bees' 30-yard line. Here's Schultz. Looks left again. Fires left again. 25-yard line to Rosser. And he's immediately knocked out of bounds. But that plays there all night.
It's easy money, Dino. It's easy money. It's pitch and catch. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. There's no reason to stop doing that.
They'll mark it at the 23 and a timeout taken with 49 seconds to go. And it's going to bring up second down and about 2. So give 8 yards on that play. I'm with you. I mean, that throw to Rosser is going to be there. It was there early.
It's been there.
It'll be there late.
Yeah, it's been there all day and, all night. And you've got...
I'm going to reserve do you want a hot dog, by the way? Before I have never seen a hungrier press box than the one we have here.
Well, here's the thing.
They brought in two large pizzas at about like 6:15, and by like 6:20 they were gone.
When you treat people as well as the press box people treat us here,
yes,
then the stomachs open up.
Absolutely.
People are like, wow, there's more food. Let's eat more.
Right. So they had
seafood,
they had the pregame pizza, and now we're going to have the halftime hot dog coming up.
Love this place.
Oh, yeah. First class. Second and 2 for the Bengals at the Bees' 23.
Like I said, it's very simple. 8 and 1. 8 or 1.
Edwards to the right of Schultz. 2 receivers to each side. Schultz going to roll right. Looking, throwing. Incomplete at the 9-yard line. Was looking in Gales' direction.
And he had him.
Yeah.
He just overshot him. Gales was open at the 10. He just overshot him.
Between 2 defenders, it'll be now a third down coming up with 44 seconds to go. Third down and about 2. Each team with 1 timeout, so that last timeout was taken by Brecksville. Winner of this one will play either Avon or Worcester next week in the regional semifinals in region number 6. Third and 2 for the Bengals. And Schultz will give to Edwards, and Edwards will, on a second effort, was able to get it near the first down at the 21. Let's see, that should stop the clock with 44 seconds.
Okay.
Did they wind it initially?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, I wondered too. Yeah, now they start it, and Schultz is going to spike it with 41 seconds to go. So it'll be second and 10 from the 21. Remember, the Benedictine still has 1 timeout remaining. I'm almost surprised that Ronnie Schultz just spiked it there. But they wanted to be able to get the play call in, kind of take a deep breath, and get what they want here now on this all-important second and 10. They'll go trips right, 1 receiver left. That's Rosser. Schultz is ready. Second down and 10. Schultz looking left all the way. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 27-yard line. Jake Ryan came in untouched for the sack.
I mean, that's the way you know what? He wanted to go to Rosser. He just couldn't get it out of his hand because Ryan was right there.
Yeah, Ryan kind of disguised the blitz from his middle linebacker spot. Moves the ball back to the 28-yard line.
And your third down after the spike.
And you have to use that last timeout with 30 seconds to go. So it's going to be, you're going to have to get it to about the 11-yard line here. So it's third and about 17 for the Bengals. From this point, it would be right at Shuren's range. His longest career is 45 yards. But You know, the Bengals here, you're thinking, how, as you say, 8-1, 8-1. Those are the key numbers. Rosser, Gales.
If I have to now, I throw a screen pass to him right now.
Right.
I mean, especially
maybe a bubble screen near the sideline.
Gales.
Yeah.
Throw an out to Gales there, out to the screen pass, and see what he can do.
High percentage, and he can get him close to the sideline. 3rd and 17 for the Bengals, back at the Brecksville 27. Fake to Edwards, Schultz to throw. Has time, now he's in trouble, he goes down again. And again, the Bengals can't stop the clock. 20 seconds and counting. It'll be 4th down, 17, 16, 15.
You just got to send it into the end
14,
zone. Dino.
Yep.
Just throw it into the end zone.
4th and 17. They'll try to get a Hail Mary here. 8-7, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5. And here goes Schultz on 4th down. Looking end zone all the way for Rosser.
Oh,
one-handed catch. Did he get it?
Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable catch.
Charles Rosser.
Unbelievable catch.
One-handed in the back of the end zone.
As time was expired. After the clock went to 0.
D-Man, I got to tell you, I thought for sure he overshot him. Schultz, and by the way, looked like...
Did he get hit?
Sticky fingers. The guys in front of us from Benedictine saying sticky fingers. I thought for sure that pass was overthrown. Remarkable catch. Now the problem though is going to be
looks like
Ronnie
he
Schultz.
got hit. He's dinged and something's bothering him right now. It looks like his ribs or something.
I think they're going to get him in the locker room right now. Extra point here as the clock is at 000 before halftime.
What a spectacular catch. That was the catch that was being made in pregame warm-ups.
That might have been the play of that might have been the play of the year that we've had all year long on our game of the week.
And he caught it while being blanketed, too.
Yeah. It was just a remarkable catch by Charles Rosser. You will see it tonight at 11 on What Matters Most. You will see it in Brian Crane's highlights later on.
Like I said, Dino, number 8 or number 1.
Right.
Just keep going to him all night.
So as we head to halftime,
Spectacular play.
As we head to halftime, we'll show you the bands and let you experience that for a second. D-Man and I will get a breather. But now it's 28-17 because of the heroics of Ronnie Schultz and Charles Rosser. And now at least the Bengals have a heartbeat coming out for the second half. They're going to have to figure out how to stop Brecksville, but at the very least, they were able to get something there before halftime to get some momentum.
And obviously Rosser does a phenomenal job. One of the best catches I've ever seen at the high school level. But you got to credit Schultz, too, for a catchable ball. I mean, he had to throw the ball to where his receiver could catch it. And there were it seemed like there were 5 Brecksville players around Rosser.
I don't know how in the world
amazing catch.
He could get himself out of traffic. And again, I thought that ball was going to go out of the back of the end zone. It's a spectacular play. I can't wait to see it. All right. Enjoy halftime, everyone, as the Brecksville-Broadview Heights Marching Bees will entertain you, followed by the Benedictine Band. And because I feel like whenever D-Man and I do a game, there's got to be at least one player, a football player in the band, and there is a bee. So enjoy the band at halftime, everyone, and we'll be back with you here for the second half in just a few minutes. Jet lag aboard this Jefferson airplane. Keep it up.
Please welcome the 2019 Benedictine Bengals marching band. First on the TV will be the theme of the Avengers. Jack and Dino. Benedictine marching band.
So how about that, Mike? Let's get man in the left.
All right, so we welcome everybody back here to Bedford Bearcat Stadium at halftime. 28-17, Brecksville-Broadview Heights leading Benedictine. Dave DeNatale, Dennis Manoloff with you. I have to thank the great people here at Bedford. I had a heck of a nice little meal there at halftime, including a little ice cream. So I was like, oh, yep, got to get back to work. As far as the first half numbers here, as D-Man and I get ourselves resituated here, let's start first with the quarterbacks. As Ronnie Schultz in the first half, and we don't know how he's doing physically. I haven't looked down there. The teams are just now starting to come back, but Carlton Yarborough is warming up on the sidelines, the backup quarterback. So that, at least for the moment, would give you the indication that Schultz may not be able to return here. But again, we haven't had a chance to see him down on the field, so he might be there. No, there he is. Yeah, Ronnie's throwing. So that's good. That's a good sign for Benedictine. So it looks like Schultz is going to be okay. He was 12 of 17 passing in the first half, 177 yards, and that amazing touchdown right before halftime, as D-Man is back with us, that I tweeted out. You have to see it later tonight on either on What Matters Most at 11 o'clock with Nick Camino or online. We'll have it at WKYC.com on YouTube as well and on Instagram. It was amazing. Charles Rosser with 6 catches in the first half, D-Man. Exactly what you were talking about, 129 yards and that touchdown. While the Bengals only had 50 rushing yards, a lot of sacks having to kind of play in that, but 50 rushing yards total. Jalen Edwards had 39.
Yeah, Dino, I watched the replay of that great play at the end of the half. That it could wind up being a game saver.
Yes,
depending on how
absolutely
this game goes. For Benny's to stay connected at 28-17 as opposed to 28-10, knowing Brecksville's getting the ball to start the second half. But here's the thing, though. When Brecksville looks at her, they probably know it already. I saw Brecksville defenders running into the end zone. And to me, you needed to already be in the end zone.
Yes.
I shouldn't have seen the backs of your jerseys from where we are, because the only play that can beat you is into the end zone.
Right.
Because there's no time.
There's no timeouts. There's no time left.
There's
no timeouts. The clock was running down. I mean, you needed to have, the Berlin Wall, covering the end zone to keep everybody out, and that wasn't the case.
It's still an incredible play, well executed to beat you, but Brecksville needed to be in place. And I think I saw the hit on the QB.
On Schultz.
It was up into his right rib cage, but evidently he's shaking it off.
Yeah, as I watch him down there, he's kind of favoring his left side a little bit. Okay. So I wonder if that's going to be an issue. But again, the Bengals won't start on offense. Joe Labus in the first half, 5 of 8 passing, 105 yards and a touchdown. 2 of those were to Jeremy Genazzo, and they both were excellent throws. One, an over-the-shoulder catch that Genazzo made that he fumbled, and fortunately, that ball was down. It didn't go out. It went out of bounds, essentially, and the Bengals almost recovered it, and then Ronnie Wilson almost recovered it for the Bees and took it for a touchdown. And then closer to halftime, Labus just made a beautiful throw down the left sideline to Genazzo to set up the last touchdown run by Garrett Kubitz.
Now, Labus is a legit thrower.
Yes, he is.
He's really, really accurate. And, you had the feeling that the way Brecksville was moving the ball, he could have thrown it for more if they needed it.
Yeah.
But their between the tackles running game was so effective that they didn't have to have him throw much.
Elsewhere, as we get ready to start the second half in a couple of moments, courtesy of my man Tyler Carey. In Region 6, Avon at the half on top of Worcester 20-7. Third quarter, Avon Lake leading Maple Heights 21-7. And Wadsworth shutting out Olmsted Falls 21-0 in the third. Boy, Avon Lake and Wadsworth would be a great matchup next week to go with Avon against the winner of this one if that score holds. Division 1, Region 1, men are leading Cleveland Heights now 34-7. St. Edward leading Medina 34-24 at the half. Massillon shutting out Warren Harding 27-0 in the third quarter. Hoban over Alliance 55-6 in the second. Also at halftime, Mayfield leading Willoughby South 28-14. Perry leading Hudson 16-13. Aurora on top of Steubenville 17-14. I'm curious also if we find out later how the Kenston Bombers are doing, the defending D3 champs having to go on the road against top-seeded New Philadelphia tonight. All right, ready to go for the second half. 28-17, the Bees lead. And this kick is going to be marked dead, offsides. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, ask and I shall. Thank you, TC. New Philadelphia leading Kenston 24-21 in the third. Aurora now leading Steubenville 23-14. Streetsboro on top of St. Vincent St. Mary 7-6 in the third. Chardon and Dover knotted up at 14 in the third quarter in Region 9.
By the way, Dino, can't say enough about the hospitality here at Bedford Bearcat Stadium. The people here are awesome.
I got a Klondike bar at halftime. I mean, what would you do for a Klondike bar? I
call a game.
Call a game.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, everybody here is so wonderful, and yeah, they keep the food coming, which is also wonderful.
That's always appreciated. So back it up 5. And the Bees are going to get Wilson here at the 10-yard line, returning the kick. Middle of the field, 25, cuts to his left, reverses his field, gets us some separation to the 30 to the 35, and he'll get run out of bounds at about I think they're going to mark him at the 36. Wow. I'm with you. I thought for sure there might be a face mask. And it's also the way, whenever you have a returner reverse his field like that, you also wonder if at some point there might be a holding, but that wasn't the case either. And it'll be 1st and 10. They're going to mark him at the 36. So 1st and 10 for the Bees offense at that point. And I mean, Brecksville-Broadview Heights, they haven't been able to. Benedictine hasn't been able to stop them at all here in this this game.
And here's
the first half.
You know, you wonder the selective amnesia. Brecksville's got to put that last play of the half behind them. They got to start. They can't worry about what happened at the end of the half.
Yeah, they've got an 11-point lead as they begin the third quarter from their own 36. 1st and 10. Wilson goes in motion. They will give to him on the jet sweep, and he is going to be drilled for a loss back at the 26-yard line by Gary Merrill, the linebacker for the Bengals.
Yeah, that's tremendous work by Merrill there. He saw what was coming, and he said, I'm going to be right there to stop it, and he wasn't.
That's a loss of 8. They're going to mark it back at the 28-yard line, 2nd and 18. That's how you want to start a second half if you're the Bengals. And, the Bengal players are trying to get the crowd going here, recognizing the surge of momentum coming off of that first half Hail Mary. 2nd and about 18. Here's a little swing pass. Kubis has it at the 25. Lost the football. Did they keep it alive and going out of bounds?
What's the side judge doing?
Side at the 23. It should be a loss back to the 23. Okay. I don't think the Bengals were able to keep it alive as Kubitz lost the handle on the ball. That's a loss of another 5.
It fooled me. I thought he was saying the ball was in bounds.
Actually, they'll mark it at the 24. It's a loss of 4. It's 3rd and 22. Not how the Bees wanted to start this second half. Labus now with trips right, 1 receiver left. Kubitz in the backfield with him. He'll stand behind him in a pistol. 3rd and 22 for the Bees. And here's Labus. He looks to throw. Steps up at the 20. In trouble. Throws. Pass caught. And that dropped. Wilson tried to make a sliding catch at the 40. He would have still been about 7 yards shy of the first down, even if he makes that sliding catch. But it's going to be 4th down and a punting situation for the Bees. And, boy, I said, first time tonight, for the first time tonight, the Bees offense was stopped.
Dino, you got to catch that, too. I mean, there's a big difference between the line of scrimmage being the 40 for the punt as opposed to the 19, or excuse me, the 24. Significant.
All right, so
the momentum from the end of the half
clearly shifted. Low snap. Labus will get the kick away, and Lott will let it bounce inside the 35, and it will roll to a stop near the Bengal 33. So 1st and 10 for Benedictine, but most importantly, with 10:49 to go in the third quarter, they got to stop. After being down 28-10, they get the touchdown right as the first half expires, and now the offense gets to come back on the field and cut into this deficit a little bit more.
Yeah, it was 28-10 with no realistic hope of a score. I mean, it was essentially going to be a Hail Mary into the end zone. And Benny's did a phenomenal job to score and then come out with the 3 and out. And now here goes Benny's on offense.
All right, on first down, Schultz gives Edwards, swings right side 35. He's to the 40, got a good block ahead to the 50, to the 45-yard line and down just inside the 45. Best run of the night for Jalen Edwards, and a late flag right on the sidelines of the Bengals where that tackle took place.
Is that our favorite side judge with the
Yeah, I think so. The busiest man in Bedford tonight has been the side judge.
That's a great line right there.
Now,
the question is, who's it on?
Is it, it's in that area after you get the big run by Edwards. Was it unsportsmanlike reacting to a late hit? But the way the Bengals are reacting.
What do we got?
Well, I just saw the point to both sides here, but let's see. Ball is at the 45 of the Bees. Here we go. Personal foul on the Bengals.
On the Bees.
Offset. Yep, on the Bees. One on each side. Yeah, penalties will offset. First down at the 45. Okay.
Our favorite side judge is into it with the
with Jarrett Good. Yeah.
Yeah. He's really been active tonight.
All right, at the 45. The Bengals now on the march again. Schultz under center. In motion, Gary Merrill to the left with 3 wide receivers. Schultz going to roll right on a little bootleg. Pass caught at the 40 to the 35. Merrill will get pushed out of bounds at the 32. That's another Benedictine Bengals first down on the catch by Gary Merrill.
And that's Gales clearing out space and allowing that play to take place because you got one of your big receivers clearing it out, clearing the area out.
And you're putting Schultz in a good position there. He's not 100%, but you get him on a little bootleg, a quick hitter. You set yourself up for success.
And Dino, I'm a broken record here, but I go for the kill shot here.
Yeah, Rosser, single coverage left.
Why not?
Yeah, and you've got Lott and Gales to the right. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at the 32. Schultz pumps once, looks deep. He's got Gales open, makes the catch. Touchdown, Benedictine. Schultz on target to Chris Gales, my partner on target on the call from 32 yards out.
I mean, that's your...
Oh, they got a flag down, D-man. Bring it back.
That wouldn't be coming from our side judge.
No, I don't know. It's in the flags in the middle of the field. It's a holding call on the Bengals to wipe out what would have been a 32-yard touchdown pass from Schultz to Gales.
Yeah, that's the referee's flag, so that's holding. Yeah, interior line. But the play was a basic post route, and it was open.
They've been trying. It will be. They've been trying to do that play all night on a fake handoff, or Schultz with the kind of that pumping action, and they just, one reason or another, they haven't been able to execute it, and that time it was a penalty. The hold will move it back to the Bees' 47-yard line. So now it's going to be first. Because, again, it's 10 yards from the spot. They got to get to the 23. So you're talking, 24 yards here. So about 1st and 24 from there.
I mean, that single coverage on the high side there is just
still there.
Too inviting.
Schultz pumping once. He's looking that direction for Rosser. He overshot him, and it's almost intercepted at the 25-yard line by Jeremy Genazzo. But they were looking for Charles Rosser all the way.
And he's there. He's open. It's just that time Schultz missed him.
That will bring up 2nd and 24. 9:59 to go in the third quarter. The Bees 28, the Bengals 17. In this Division II, Region 6, first-round matchup. Same look coming here for the Bengals. 2 receivers left. You've got Merrill tight right, and then Gales wide right. Schultz from under center on 2nd and long. Looks, fires for Gales. There's contact all over the place. No flag either way at the 15-yard line. Incomplete is the call.
I did not see. Yeah, I saw what you're talking about, Dino. That was not pass interference. They basically tripped over each other. It was incidental contact.
That's a good job by the officials. Keep the flag in the pocket, and it'll be 3rd and 24.
But Dino, I know these last 2 passes haven't worked out, but this is what I like. If I'm doing this almost every single
Yeah.
time if I'm Benedictine, because the odds are going to swing in my favor with those two targets on the outside, those two big guys. You're gonna get it at some point.
3rd and 24. Schultz from the snap is going to have to dump it out. Pass is caught at the 45-yard line, and Schultz took a hit. Here's Edwards to the 35. He's to the 30, 25. Edwards to the 20. Edwards to the 15. First down to the 13-yard line on a terrific piece of broken field running on 3rd and 24 by Jalen Edwards.
Absolutely incredible. It was a possibility Schultz was going to get hit before he even released the ball, and it turned that into a first down on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, James Petkunas was bearing down on him, and good job just to throw to his safety valve, and that's a heck of a safety valve in Jalen Edwards. Ball will be spotted just inside the 14. Edwards gets the carry. He'll bounce it out back to the 15 and be put down at the line of scrimmage by Kyle Stadler, the defensive end for the Bees at the 14. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Stadler got some help from Luke Kieran, a junior defensive tackle. And it'll be 2nd down. 9:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. 28-17. Brecksville on top of Benedictine here at Bearcat Stadium in Bedford. Ball is at the Bees' 14-yard line. So really a loss of 1 now, 2nd and 11. Edwards to the right of Schultz. Schultz looks to throw, fires it left side, incomplete at the 11-yard line. Was looking over on the far side for Angelo Lott and just threw too low for him, and it'll be 3rd down.
That's a bad pass. You got to hit that, but it was a far side of the field throw, but you got to make that play.
One thing for the Bengals now, they are in sure and field goal range, but they'd like to, on this 3rd and 11, keep it going here and try to punch it in for 6. And 3 wide receivers. Schultz rolls left, throws, passes caught at the 5, out of bounds at the 4. No, I was saying still inbounds and down.
Oh.
The ball came loose, I think, and it's going to be picked up by the Bengals. It's going to be 1st and goal. Wow. 1st and goal, I believe. I say that for sure, but they needed to get inside the 4, and initially where it was spotted, I think they got it.
Yeah, it was just a tremendous 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort there.
First down, Bengals.
Yeah, 1st down Bengals. Great job there by Angelo Lott on that catch. 1st and goal. It's the right call by the officials, too. The ball's just inside the 4. So let's see here. As you've got Schultz under center with the eye, Merrill and Edwards in the backfield.
Straight power.
Yeah, straight man through. I believe it's Edwards, and he is in. Touchdown, Benedictine. Bengals roaring back after being down in this game 28-10. They're now just 5 points behind at 28-23 after that 4-yard touchdown.
Yeah, what a gut check possession for Benny's, especially when it's 3rd and
24.
3rd and forever, and they get the dump off the little safety valve, and it turns into a 1st down.
Yeah, it's a reminder. It's important, and you've talked about it. It was so vital for them to get Rosser and Gales involved. But when you have Edwards, you still have to figure out a way to get him involved in this game as the extra point is up, and it is powered through by Yvonne Sharon. So with 8:20 to go, we've got a new ball game. The Bees 28, the Bengals 24. A great touchdown march by the Bengals, capped off by the Edwards run, but Edwards on that was so important on that 3rd and 24 completion. Just found a way to break tackles and get his team into scoring range. And Angelo Lott helped to finish it off along with Edwards. So, new ball game here at Bearcat Stadium. 28-24.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who's on the Benny sideline getting the hamstring stretched out. Some of his teammates were almost going to step on him. They were so excited, but
Was it Merrill?
I don't know. I'd be interested to see who emerges, but he's having his right leg stretched out.
Oh, I see. I see where you're looking
there.
at. Yeah, gotcha.
By the 40, outside the 40.
Yeah, gotcha.
But Schultz looks all right.
Yeah, I thought so.
After getting
I thought so.
popped, after getting popped at the end of the half, you wondered how he was going to feel once he had to rest.
Let's put it this way: that 32-yard pass that got wiped out, the touchdown pass to Gales that got wiped out because of the holding penalty.
Yes.
That was a strike.
Yes, it was.
He looked awfully good on that throw.
You're right. That was a tremendous throw.
All right, Sharon here to kick it off. And it's his best effort of the night. Wilson makes the catch at the 4-yard line. Ahead to the 15, inside to the 20, and Ronnie Wilson will be brought down right about at the 24-yard line.
Extracurriculars going on
again. Starting to see some extra chippiness going on here in this game. I still haven't figured out, D, who's the player for the Bengals who's getting stretched out there on the sideline here. But
it's been a while.
Yes.
It's been down for a while.
All right, so now Joe Labus and the Bees offense have to go back to work as the Bengals have scored touchdowns on their last 2 possessions to come right back into this football game. Here we go. From the 24, Labus gets the snap, turns, gives. I believe that's Kubitz, and he's brought down at the 25-yard line for only a gain of 1. Terrence Holland came in to make the tackle. 2nd and 9.
Different Benny's defense,
Much different
than we saw in the first half.
Much different. Fired up and attacking the ball. They're not letting Kubitz break that first tackle like he'd been doing for most of this game. 2nd and 9 with 2 receivers to each side. It really is more or less 2nd and 10 as they'll spot it at the 25. Back on the ground, Kubitz, nothing doing. Down at the 25-yard line. This time it was Thomas Jolly Jr., the defensive tackle, leading the charge for the Bengals. 3rd and 10.
Benedictine is selling out to the run, and it's paying off.
3rd and 10.
Like you said, Dino, the aggressiveness of Benedictine, it's ratcheted up 10 notches since the end, first half.
Well, one thing now for the Bees, you cannot do a 3 with the momentum in this stadium erupting. You can't have a 3 and out here. You got to find a way to get this first down. From the 25, it's 3rd and 10. Here's Labus. Time, looks, deep right side, and threw it out of bounds. Incomplete. Was trying to get it to Jeremy Genazzo, and it's incomplete. Sets up 4th and 10, so it's a 3 and out. And the Bengals will get the football right back with plenty of time. 6:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. And this once 18-point lead has been trimmed to 4, and now the Bengals will get it right back.
You know, I'm pretty sure that was a throw at Gales, and I just don't think you do that if you're Brecksville. You don't throw at anybody being covered by number 1.
No. All right, Labus, who averages about 38 yards per punt, his long this year is 52, gets a good snap, gets a high, booming kick. And Gales is going to let it go. Actually, Lott will let it go inside the 30, inside the 25, and they'll down it right about the 25-yard line. It's a good punt to flip the field position that time by Joe Labus. He can punt like he can throw.
So, Dino, I have 2 3-and-outs for Brecksville in the second half. Combined yardage, I believe, might still be in the red. I don't think the combined yardage of the 2 possessions is positive yardage.
I don't think so. No, you're right, because of there were a couple of negative plays on that first drive. So, yeah, everything right now is colored in light blue here for the Bengals. Now, can they march again and take the lead?
And, I mean, there it is right there. Just go for the bomb.
1st and 10, Ronnie Schultz ready to go.
They're going to single cover, go for the bomb.
Here's a counter on 1st down, and the Bees are ready for it, and they're going to pound Edwards back to about the 24-yard line. They had Angelo Lott coming on the jet sweep, and they gave it to Jalen Edwards on the counter, and nobody for Brecksville was buying it, the linebacking core especially. 2nd down and 10, they'll say no gain. As we approach now the halfway mark of this 3rd quarter, 6:10 and counting. 28-24 Brecksville. As it'll be 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. You've got Merrill over there on that wing left, and now Edwards will shift to the right of Schultz. Fake to Edwards, and the pass caught by Chris Gales to the right. He makes it at the 31 and gets put down at about the 33-yard line by Carter Lloyd. And that will bring up a third down and about 2. Like you say, D-Man, it's there all night.
Yeah, just keep throwing it to him, and you'll get the first down. If I'm Benny right now, I'm throwing it out to Rosser on a little screen pass and letting him go to work.
Under center, Schultz now, and now he'll back out here and get the play call. Third down. They're going to mark it at the 32, so it's 3rd and 3 for Benedictine. The give is to Jalen Edwards. Cuts to his right, gets the first down to the 40. He's to the 45, and finally put down at about the 49-yard line. Cade Erbacher went low to bring him down.
Injury.
Yeah, there's an injured Brecksville B down at the 33-yard line.
Is that the linebacker, Ryan?
I think it might be. No, Ryan's over there.
He's fine. I'm sorry.
That's Carter Lloyd, the safety, who's down.
That's a terrific run there. I mean, there were a couple of instances when Brecksville had a shot, and Edwards was able to make him miss.
Yeah, the concern right now for Brecksville-Broadview Heights with 5:10 to play in the third quarter is the condition of junior safety Carter Lloyd. We've called his number a couple of times tonight. 28-24 in favor of the Bees. They're looking at the right leg of, actually it's right up from our vantage point. It's Carter Lloyd's left leg. And they're going to get him up on his feet, which is certainly a good sign. And his head coach, Martin Potter, is going to come out and make sure he's okay. And Lloyd's going to walk off slowly, but he will walk off under his own power, and that's certainly a good sign. End of the third quarter, just got this score in. Aurora now leading 24-21 over Steubenville in Division III, Region 9. Greenman back in the playoffs after a run of 13 years in a row. Saw that run end last year, and now they're back in this year and trying to position themselves for a deep run. First down for the Bengals now at their own 49 after the injury timeout. Ronnie Wilson will check in to replace Lloyd at safety. Near midfield, fake to Edwards, Schultz to throw, guns it to the right, Gales with it for a first down inside the 40, and he'll get pushed out of bounds at the Bees' 39-yard line. That's a first down and a gain of about 12 to Chris Gales.
Yeah, you know what, Dino, they're doing the Gales short side, Gales short side, Gales short side, and pretty soon they're going to go to Rosser.
Yeah, I would think so.
But the Gale stuff, as you and I have said, it's there all night if they want it.
Right.
You just have a favorable matchup.
And they're being patient. And it's, I mean, I don't care if you're talking about high school or sometimes we see on Sunday with the Browns. They're being patient and taking what the defense will give them. Schultz rolling right in a little bootleg action. Gary Merrill has it at the 38, goes inside the 30, and they'll tackle him down at the 29. That should be enough for yet another Bengal first down. His second time in the second half. We've seen that little bootleg action with Schultz to his H-back, essentially, and Gary Merrill.
Very nice play design there by the Benny staff, and, of course, well executed.
So it's another first down for the Bengals with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. The Bees at one point led this game 28-10. It's 28-24, and the Bengals are on the march to try to take the lead for the first time tonight. As Schultz will go under center, turns and gives to Edwards. Edwards to the 25, to the 24-yard line, and he'll get put down there for a gain of 5. And it's coming up to make the tackle was Matt Rose for the Bees. And good sign for the Bees defense. Carter Lloyd is indeed back in there at safety. He comes in, and Ronnie Wilson will come out. 4:20 and counting here in the third. And it'll be, this is, you want to take a shot here on second down and 4? Does it actually give
You know me,
Edwards
Dino,
close to 6.
I'd like to take a shot on every single play.
If I have those weapons.
Schoolyard football, man.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
2nd and 4. Merrill in motion left. Here, Schultz to Edwards. Runs left. He gets to the 21-yard line and then brought down there. Going to be a little short of the first down. On the tackle, Jeremy Genazzo leading the charge for the Bees. And had some help from Luke Gibbons. 3rd down coming up. 3rd down, about 2.
Edwards off the field, so.
Oh, that's interesting there.
That pretty much, he might be just to get a blow, but I think, well, they're going to sneak.
Yeah, if Schultz will go ahead and keep it, and where they're going to spot it here, he should have the first down. Needed to get to just inside the 20 near the 19, and looked like he got all the way to the 19.
First down.
Yeah, it's first down. The officials agree. Everybody, the officials up here in the booth agree. And it's a first down. 3:26 to play in the 3rd, and this Bengal march continues. Yeah, and again, D-Man, as I look, Jalen Edwards is not in there. He's like you say, he's getting a break, so that means Gary Merrill is in the backfield. He's a good runner, but it also means Terrence Holland moves over and becomes the H-back. Under center is Schultz from the 19. Gives to Merrill. He'll go to the 15-yard line and down inside the 15. Got about 4, maybe 5 on first down. Merrill has a touchdown tonight. He's a good runner.
Yeah, and that's quality coaching by Benedictine. Patience.
Yep.
You know, they're not trying to rush anything. They're fully in control of this game right now, even though they're down 4. So it's a diversified play call, and I like it.
2nd and 6. On the ground to Merrill again. Up the gut, and he'll take it inside the 10, down to the 9. And it's going to be close to yet another Benny first down.
Merrill just has a change of pace. You know, he comes in and blasts guys. And now Edwards. Oh, wait a minute.
Yep.
They're keeping Merrill in there.
Keeping Merrill in. Edwards will he had trotted in, and now he'll trot back out.
Yeah.
Gary Merrill with a couple of good carries there, and Jerry Good says, you know what? Stay in the game.
I wonder who's getting the ball on this play.
So it sets up a 1st and goal now from the 9 as we approach 2 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter. And Brecksville's once 18-point lead is in jeopardy of going away completely.
Between the tackles again with Merrill. I do.
Yep, here it comes. Yeah. Merrill breaks a tackle, got tripped up as he was running to the right at about the 8-yard line. And it's Kyle Stadler with Jake Ryan on the stop. And yeah, here comes Jalen. You're right. Here comes Edwards. Nice job by Merrill. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Merrill's staying in there.
Well, they may go to an eye look then with both backs. Play clock is at 15, and they're still getting the signals in from the sidelines here. So I'm going to hurry it up a little bit. 2nd and goal at the 7. Ball at the right hash. Merrill in motion to the right. Schultz, bootleg action, rolling left, and he's going to have to throw it away because he was being pressured by Andrew Link. It's incomplete. Just kind of threw it into the ground there, but there was a Benedictine receiver in the vicinity. I think it might have been Merrill, actually, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that's a terrific job by Link there. He does a nice job of forcing Schultz into making that throwaway.
Yeah, the bootleg had worked well 2 other times in this 3rd quarter. That time the Bees were ready for it. So now it's 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line as Andre Rogers checks in as the 4th wide receiver, and Merrill checks out. So you got 4 wide receivers from the 7. Shotgun, Schultz being blitzed, throws towards his left in the end zone, and it's incomplete.
No. Oh, boy.
That one just get away from him?
Apparently, yeah. He
was trying to throw it in the direction of Lott, and it went about 10 yards over his head, and it's going to set up a 4th down and a field goal opportunity for Sharon. So with 1:10 to go, they'll disdain going for it on 4th and goal from the 7 and try to take the points and cut a little deeper into this lead here. This one They're going to mark it down at the 14. It's a 24-yard attempt. The left foot kick is up on its way, drifting left, but it is good. And for the second time tonight, Yvonne Sharon connects on a field goal, and Brecksville still, though, in the lead, 28-27. 17 unanswered points, though, from the Bengals since the final seconds of the second quarter on the Hail Mary from Schultz to Rosser. Edwards with a touchdown in the quarter, and now a field goal by Sharon. And, I mean, all of a sudden, we got a brand new game. It's not tied, but it feels like it may as well be tied at 28-27 with 1:06 to play in the third.
Yeah, Dino, I was watching the coaches for Benny. They were talking to Rosser. I wonder if there was maybe a miscomm somewhere on that fourth
Yeah,
down.
something didn't seem right there, on that third and goal play.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the third down. Yeah, it was third and goal, right?
But you're right. I mean, at some point here, I mean, that third quarter, and there's still a little time, but the third quarter was like a lost quarter for the Brecksville offense, and they've got to figure out now how to rediscover their offense.
You got to gain yards. You got to get a first down. That would be a starter.
Yeah, and I think you got to go back to letting Joe Labus throw the football a little bit and reestablish his ability to stretch the defense, and then you can pound the running game again. As this kick is going to be a high one, sailing back to the 2-yard line. Here comes Wilson to the 15. Makes a nice move at the 20, outside to the 25. He's to the 30, stiff arm to the 35, knocked out of bounds at the 36. One flag down,
wow.
2 flags down for a late hit.
Oh, was that a late hit? Man alive. He got drilled.
And
That's
Ronnie
another 15 for Brecksville going
that way.
That's against Benny. No
and that's
doubt.
going to put the ball near midfield. Well, and it's funny, as I said, Wilson makes a couple of nice moves with the stiff arm, and you're frustrated. I can't bring him down. Oh, I finally got him. And he was already in the process of running out of bounds, and then you deliver the shot, and it was right. And of course, it's on the side where our favorite side judge has been all over the place tonight, throwing flags everywhere, and that is what happened. So now the Bees get a little bit of momentum courtesy of the penalty, and they'll start right at midfield at the 50-yard line.
By the way, we're not knocking the side judge.
No, not at all.
He's been active.
He's been active.
That's all.
I'm not saying he's made bad calls. He's done his job tonight, emphatically. At the 50-yard line, Wilson in motion. They'll fake to him, give it on the ground. Here comes Hatcher.
Oh, boy.
Breaks the tackle at the 40. He's to the 30. Breaks another tackle. Hatcher off to the races. That's a touchdown. 50 yards on the run by Ethan Hatcher.
Unbelievable run. Holy smokes.
And the Bees seize back the momentum and lead now 34-27 on that bolt of lightning by Ethan Hatcher.
I mean, you're talking about a Brecksville team that first 2 possessions had nothing doing. Zero. And then you get the kick return, the personal foul, and a run.
And a run on the touchdown on the very first play.
You're back up potentially here by 8.
Put you up 8 here if Aiden Minnick can get the extra point. That was a fine run by Ethan Hatcher. Broke a number of tackles there. Here's Minnick for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Good pressure that time by the Bengals, but they weren't able to get a piece of that kick. So, 48 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Bees back to an 8-point lead, 35-27. Some finals coming in from other games. Holy name, congrats to the Green Wave. In Division III Region 10, they beat Tiffin Columbian tonight 14-7, so they will advance. Menor advances. The Steve Trevisano Farewell Tour will continue for another week. 48-7 over Cleveland Heights.
Menor is just a machine.
Yeah, they are playing at another level, and I mean, right now, barring something really unforeseen, 2 weeks from tonight, Menor, St. Edward, and D-Man and I will be probably, I'm guessing, Byers Field. It could be at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium for Menor and St. Edward in a regional final.
Well, thank you for the advance notice. If it's at Byers Field, I got to get in shape because that's
no kidding, right?
like
I know.
I
I gotta walk the
to
treadmill. I didn't think about that. You're right.
I covered a few games there when I was writing for the Plain Dealer. I was out of gas halfway up
Oh
the
my
steps.
goodness, it is. It's and especially when you have that wind coming in and it's cold. But that's 2 weeks from now. We got ourselves a doozy here. Yeah,
it's a beautiful game. It really is.
It really is. 8-point lead for Brecksville. Here comes Benny as they'll return it to the 35-yard line. Coming on it on the pop-up kick was Marvin Conkle. So Conkle, who's had a good night returning kicks, takes it to the Bengals' 35-yard line with 43 seconds to go. 1st and 10. It's still a one score. The good news for Benedictine, despite all that happened there, with the return, the penalty, and the 50-yard touchdown run, you're still only one possession behind at 35-27 with a quarter to go.
Yeah, I think Benny's is fine, but Brecksville's in good shape too because Brecksville's we just took a sucker punch at the end of the half.
Yes.
We took a couple haymakers at the start of the third quarter, and yet
we're still standing.
Able to respond and have an 8-point lead.
Schultz, fake handoff, looks deep. He's got Lott at the 40-yard line, takes a big shot, holds on to the ball, and gets a first down at the Brecksville 36.
Wow.
Lott was popped by Kate Urbacher, stood up and said, I got it. Yeah. First down to Angelo Lott on a strike by Ronnie Schultz. Congrats to the Wadsworth Grizzlies. They'll move on and play in Week 12. They beat Olmsted Falls tonight. Final on that one was 35-7. Wadsworth, by the way, looks like they'll probably play Avon Lake next week. That will be fun. 1st and 10, Bengals. On the ground, there's Edwards. Runs left inside the 35 down to the 33, and that should take us to the fourth quarter.
You know what I like? Among the many things I like about Edwards, you rarely get him down on first contact.
Correct. He makes you work.
Yes.
All right, that's the end of the third quarter here at Bearcat Stadium in Bedford. The Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees 35, the Benedictine Bengals 27. Hang on, we still have 12 minutes to go. More finals here. Some other games are moving faster than ours. Seneca East, I believe this is also in Region 10. They beat Norwayne 14-2. 14-2. Okay. So that's what we got there. We got more finals coming in. Again, I think I'm most curious to see Region 9. Yeah, more. Tyler just said more coming. I'm very curious to see Region 9. Chardon, St. Vincent, St. Mary, Streetsboro, Aurora, and Kenston.
What'd you say?
Somebody just walked in here to the booth and took everybody by surprise. I think they have a trivia contest here, and it's
the winner.
Yes. No, so somebody got it. Now, what do they get when they? I don't know what they get when they win, but I don't know if it's like the 50-50 or something, but somebody got it.
And Dino, they were before that. The announcement was made about Avengers, and that's the Russo movie. Right?
Yes, yeah, the Russo brothers.
The Russo brothers are Benedictine graduates.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
And and Joe and Anthony Russo are back here in Northeast Ohio shooting a new movie as we speak. All right, we start the fourth quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Bengals. Schultz looking left, fires one left side. It is caught. Rosser breaks the tackle at the 25 and gets run out of bounds by Jeremy Ginazzo at about the 21-yard line. That will be enough for yet another Bengal first down. First time I think Charles Rosser has been thrown at here in the second. Well, I think they threw at him earlier, but I think it's his first catch in the second half.
I was wondering when they were going to go back to him. And,
he had a big first half. Yeah. He had 6 catches for 129 yards, including on that side of the field, the touchdown catch at the end of the first half, which is still has everybody here going, I can't believe I just saw that, a one-handed catch. Wait till you see it tonight, folks. You will not be disappointed. On 1st and 10, bootleg action for Schultz. Looking to throw back left. He's in trouble. And just as he was about to be sacked, he threw it away.
Oh, wait. Here comes a flag.
Yeah. There was nobody in the vicinity there that time.
He threw that. I think he's going to call intentional
grounding. Link and Stadler, both of the ends were coming in that time on Schultz. Now,
Schultz is pleading his case. Let's see. Is he going to win the argument?
I think he's saying that Rosser was over there somewhere in the vicinity, but I don't think the officials are going to buy it. They're not.
Ref said he,
lost it down on that intentional grounding penalty. So, move the football back to the 39-yard line, and that's going to be. Oh, we got more scores here, D-man.
Well, you know what? Though, Dino, this is exactly what Benny's likes. These.
Yeah, they've seemed to have done really well tonight with these long distance plays.
Zone.
Yeah.
Rosser's like, give me the ball.
Yeah, this is about the spot where they had the Hail Mary touchdown to Rosser before the end of the first half.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try it again.
This is second down because of the loss of down. And at least about 20 here. Back to throw Schultz. Sets up a middle screen at the 45. And it'll be taken inside the 40 down to the 36. Only about a gain of 3. As I think that was Chris Gales who made that catch.
Yeah. Now, to me, you just go the home run ball to Rosser.
They have to get to the 14. I would, yeah.
It's single coverage, and you've got 5 inches on the corner.
3rd and 23. They've executed a 3rd and 24 already tonight. Here's his 3rd and 23. Here's Schultz. Fires over the middle. Incomplete.
He had him.
Oh, he had Rosser open at the 20, and he missed him.
He had him wide open. Just underthrew it late and low. Rosser was wide open at the 20.
Yeah. And where the direction,
short,
it would have been short, but the direction he was running, he would have at least been close. Now, it's 4th down and 24, and you're going to see punt a situation. Christian Cora is going to come in and kick it away here. Just too far for the Bengals to try to go for it, I think. They want to try to maintain the field position that they've gotten here from, as they'll punt it here. Cora standing at the 50. B showing a blitz here. Here they come here on this punt. Cora gets it up inside the 10, inside the 5, and they'll down it right at the 1-yard line on a terrific punt by Christian Cora. And a good job by the Bengals to field it down there right about at the 1-yard line.
And that's good coaching by Benny's, not trying to go for it on 4th down.
Because I feel like a lot of teams would have done that.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're only down 8. You've got a whole quarter to go here. 11:04 to go in the game. Why not? All right, more scores. Final. Hilltoppers of Chardon advance to Week 12. They beat Dover 28-14. Also in Region 9, Kenston now leading New Philadelphia 28-24 in the 4th. Aurora over Steubenville 27-21 in the 4th. Streetsboro leading St. Vincent St. Mary 21-14 in the 4th. More scores in a second, including in Region 6. From the 1-yard line, actually I think they're spotted at about the 2. Bees will go on the ground, and they'll go out to the 5, out to about the 8-yard line, as that's Hatcher on the carry, and gives them a little bit of breathing room.
Hatcher's doing a nice job.
It's a good 1-2 combination with Kubitz and Hatcher.
Yep.
That's
big to give them a little room off the goal line.
Got about 7 on that first down pickup. Bees lead it 35-27, 2nd and 3. Hatcher gets the first down to the 15. He's to the 20, 25, still on his feet, lost the ball, and the Bengals have it.
He lost it.
At the 34-yard line of Brecksville, Benedictine's got it.
Wow.
Bengals got it.
Wow.
As it was Lott who came up with the football for the Bengals.
It was a tremendous hole, good run, and then the ball just got whacked out.
Other scores, Avon leading Worcester 26-7 in the 4th. Avon Lake over Maple Heights 38-6 in the 4th. Maslin over Harding 55-0 in the 4th. Hoban 69, Alliance 6 in the 4th. Mayfield over Willoughby South 34-21 in the 3rd. Perry leading Hudson 37-20 in the 4th. That Maslin, by the way, Matt Maslin Harding score is now a final. Thank you to Tyler Carey. Working overtime, baby. All right, so after the fumble recovery, what a huge, after Hatcher had just gotten them the first down in breathing room, now the Bengals with an opportunity here. First down, And Schultz goes to throw. Time.
He wants
looks,
it all.
fires deep. End zone.
Intercepted.
It is intercepted in the end zone.
Dropped.
Nope.
Dropped.
Oh, they had it. They had it. Boy, they couldn't pull it in. Incomplete.
He did.
It was Genazzo. It was Genazzo who was back there, and it looked like Rosser had it. Rosser must have busted it up.
Yeah.
Because Genazzo, the pass was just a little underthrown, and it looked like Jeremy had the interception, and at the last second, Rosser knocked it away.
Played defense. Yeah, did a nice job of knocking that ball away. Or that would have been a pick in the end.
Almost had back-to-back turnovers there. I apologize for being ahead of that, but it looked like they were going to call that the pick.
I jumped you there. My fault.
2nd down and 10 at the Brecksville 34. Lott in motion right. Give it to him on the pop jet sweep. He'll run to the 30. Lott to the 29-yard line. James Pacunas will put him down there. And that will set up a gain of 5 and a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Dino, that was a pop pass by design. That wasn't the
give. That was the hand jet sweep. Yeah. Ball now at the right hash as we approach this 3rd down and 5 play. Under 10 minutes to go in the 4th. 35-27 Brecksville. After the fumble recovery by Angelo Lott, the Bengals knocking on the door. Merrill in motion. The give is Edwards. He's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Matt Rose back at the 32. Rose has played a super ball game tonight. The sophomore linebacker makes a huge TFL back to the 31.
Tell you what, Brecksville looks to me to be undersized, but they're heady guys. They play the game right, and they're fundamentally sound.
That is a loss of about 2 on that play. 4th and 7. This time, the Bengals are going to go for it. Ball at about the 32. Here comes Schultz on 4th down. Fires left side. Pass caught at the 25. Inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line. That's a 1st down to Angelo Lott.
Clutch play by Schultz there.
Now, the man who started this drive by the fumble recovery gets the 1st down catch, and you're right. That was a beautiful throw by Ronnie Schultz on 4th and 7. Boy, every time you think the Bengals might be on the verge of disaster, they come up with a big play right before halftime on 3rd and 24, and now on a 4th and 7. They are not going away. Out of the pistol. Edwards to the right of Schultz. Schultz pumping once. Now firing long left side. Looks the end zone. He is caught. And it's a touchdown for the Bengals.
Are you kidding me?
Charles Rosser.
Is that Rosser again?
Does it again.
Are you kidding me with this guy?
A leaping grab by Charles Rosser in the end zone. Unbelievable.
He went full Gumby on that one. His arms were about 10 feet long. Ridiculous snatch catch.
Yeah, it was unbelievable effort.
So who's getting him, Dino, in college?
University of Akron.
Oh, my. The Akron Zips.
Pretty spectacular, man.
I've got to be thrilled with this guy. Holy smokes.
Now with 8:32 to go, the Bengals will go for 2 to try to equalize things at 35. Rogers is now in motion. Here's Schultz, rolling left, tries to throw a shovel pass, and the Bees read it beautifully at the 5-yard line. And again, it was Matt Rose who makes the tackle.
The Bees must have seen that on film somewhere.
Yeah, they knew it.
They knew
it was coming.
Yep.
So that'll hold the score at 35-33 with 8:32 to go in the 4th quarter. Plenty of time left in this one. But another remarkable touchdown catch by senior wideout Charles Rosser.
I mean, he is something else. Wow. What a player.
More finals here, D-Man. Avon Lake advances.
Shorman.
Yes, they beat Maple Heights 38-6. Aurora advances. They beat Steubenville 27-21. Sandusky over Buckeye. Well, that's kind of I feel like that's kind of an upset. They beat Buckeye 20-14. Mogador advances. Congrats to the Wildcats. They beat Brookfield 49-28 in Division number 6. I think we're getting more scores. We continue to get scores coming in here. Everybody get into it here.
Dino, we have people in the press box want to know how you're getting your scores so fast.
Well,
Is it Tyler Carey?
Tyler Carey. It's 2 words. Tyler Carey he's our secret weapon.
Is he anticipating touchdowns before they
I know,
score?
right? 35-33 Brecksville. As Benedictine will kick off, and here comes Ronnie Wilson at about the 6-yard line. Ahead to the 20. Wilson left, gets to the 30. He's got seam to the 40. Wilson to the 45, and he'll run out of bounds there. And another good return by Ronnie Wilson to give the Bees some field position.
What an incredible game we've had, Dino.
Back and forth.
The punch, counter punch, the haymakers, the big plays, the turnovers. It's been a phenomenal game, really, as far as entertainment goes.
Everything you could have wanted and more out of a 4-5 matchup. Dave DeNatale, Dennis Manoloff here in Bedford. 35-33, Brecksville on top of Benedictine. And the Bees take over now after the return by Wilson at their own 43. They will go on the ground. It's Hatcher getting the ball right back after the fumble. Actually, it wasn't Hatcher, it was Kubitz. And Kubitz, with a good piece of running, he'll take it into Benny territory, and they'll mark it down at the Bengal 49. Kubitz gets 8 on first down.
And he's now leaving the field. I don't know if Kubitz is dinged a little bit or what. He kind of went off the field with his... Something's bothering him.
Yeah, here comes Hatcher.
He's leaning. I'm looking at him on the sideline. He's bent over.
You're right.
I think that's why we didn't see Kubitz much. Yeah, something is nagging him because he's off the field after that one carry.
The Bees would love right now to eat some clock here with a 2-point lead and stretch out this advantage. 2nd and about 2. Here comes Hatcher. And Hatcher with some good inside running, but he's going to be short of the first down. He needed to get to about the 46, and he's going to be a little short. The Bees offensive line is like, oh, no, he got it. He didn't get it. It'll be 30. He got about a yard with a lot of his kind of well, they're going to give him a first down, D-man. You got to be kidding me.
I mean,
maybe my glasses, and maybe just from where the sticks were and where the marker was, he didn't look like he had gotten it.
And it was tough to tell who was marking it, which side
True that.
was marking it. So
we've had that a couple times tonight. But it's a first down now for the Bees. My apologies to Ethan Hatcher. Give him the first down. Out of the pistol, back to Hatcher, and Hatcher's going to get put down. Gets a yard, gets 2 yards.
Really nice
inside
job
the
by
45
Hatcher,
to about the 43. Did not give up. Followed behind Corey Steese and was able to get something out of nothing, although the officials are going to mark it down at the 45. So he'll get 2 for his efforts. Yeah. 2nd down and long. But right now, with the clock continuing to run, we're under 7 minutes to go. It's not the worst thing in the world here.
Yeah, Hatcher did a nice job there of getting something out of nothing.
All right, 2nd down from the 45. Pistol look here for Joe Labus. Gets the snap. Back to Hatcher. Runs left. Bounces to the outside to the 40 and gets put down at the 39-yard line for a gain of 6. It'll set up 3rd and 2 as Benny does a good job kind of corralling it over on the right side. I think Gavris was the one who ended up making the last tackle there for the Bengals. So it's 3rd down and 2 here for the Bees. We approach 6 minutes to go. And now you got to think it's 4-down territory here for Brecksville. Let's see what Martin Potter wants to do here.
Change the play or
yeah.
dummy audible?
Yeah. 10 on the play clock here. Labus ready. 3rd and 2. Hatcher runs right, stumbles, cuts inside, makes a great move at the 30, to the 25-20. Hatcher to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and brought down just shy of the goal line. And there's going to be a flag down there, too. Yep.
I got a horse collar on Benedictine. I'm betting.
It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 1-yard line. That much is certain.
Yeah, it's a horse collar on Benny. That was a phenomenal run.
Boy, Hatcher.
By the young fella. Putting the fumble behind him.
I was going to say, he has come back with a purpose. Now, he got the 50-yard touchdown earlier in the second half, but after the fumble, he has come back and run with authority on this drive. It is indeed a horse collar, as my partner mentioned there. And they're going to go ahead and mark it now. 1st and goal. And the ball's going to be right at the 1 yard line. And you would think here it's going to be Labus or Hatcher here. Nothing fancy. 1st and goal from the 1. Labus out of the pistol, turns, gives. Hatcher trying to surge, and he'll get pushed back. And actually, I think he's going to get pushed back for a yard loss. 2nd and goal. Now remember, earlier in this game, Joe Labus fooled the entire stadium, including yours truly, on a fake to Kubitz and ended up waltzing to the end zone on his own. He's a good ball handler. It's a 2-point lead for Brecksville. A touchdown and an extra point makes it a 2-possession game. 2nd and goal. He's ready. He gives. Actually, he'll roll left side. He's in trouble back at the 10 and put down at the 9-yard line. Labus with a good ball handle move again, but again, Benedictine was ready for it, and they bring him down for a loss.
That's Terrence Holland making a phenomenal play there.
Holland from his middle linebacker spot.
Yeah, he read that the whole way and helped swarm Labus.
He leads the team. That's not a sack per se, but he leads the team in sacks. He's a good nose to the football. Now it's 3rd and goal back at the 9. Under 4 minutes to go in the football game. Huge play here. 3rd and goal from the 9. Labus rolling right, looking, firing, incomplete at the 2. Was looking in the direction of Ronnie Wilson, who was being well covered. I think it was Conklin over there on the coverage.
And Dino, what did you say about Benedictine? Every time you think they're in trouble, they somehow bow their necks and get back
and
in
make
it.
a play.
Right here, it's a goal line stand for essentially the
at the
1 yard line.
1st and goal at the 1, they make a stop back at the 2, then they make a stop at the 9, and now Brecksville's got to settle for a field goal attempt.
If Brecksville scores the touchdown there and
gets an extra point, it's virtually game over.
You would think, but the defense figures it out.
Bengals very much alive. Here's the field goal attempt from the 15. 25-yard attempt is up, and it is good. Aiden Minnick connects with 3:42 to go in the football game. Brecksville's lead now at 5 points, 38-33. But that's advantage Bengals. After that, what would have been 1st and goal at the 1. The Benedictine defense does a great job to hold it down, and now they'll give their offense an opportunity to try to win the game.
It truly is a mixed bag, Dino, because on one hand you say, well, they shouldn't have allowed him to get all the way down to the 1, but on the other hand, once down there, Benny's, figures out how to stop them from getting into the end zone.
More scores, D-Man. Streetsboro final. They beat St. Vincent St. Mary 21-14. They get Chardon next week. Hoban final over Alliance 69-6. Mansfield beat Bay 28-0. The Tigers will get Holy Name next week. Canton McKinley beat Solon 29-25 down at Tom Benson's Hall of Fame Stadium. The Bulldogs will play Menor next week. New Philadelphia over Kenston, knocking out the defending state champs 31-28.
The Bombers.
The Bombers. Jeff Grubich and the Bombers, that great senior class, will see their season come to an end. Euclid with a win over Jackson tonight, 28-19. Fort Fry over Dalton, 48-39. That's a final. Cary over Western Reserve, 50-41. And oh, by the way, Cavaliers beat the Wizards 113-100. Well, that's going to make our decision. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do next week now. The kick will be caught at the 20-yard line on the pop-up. I think it's Rogers out to the 30, and he'll be put down at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Bengals, 3:38 to go. They need to go 69 yards to grab the lead with 3:38 to go and all timeouts remaining. Of course, the way the Bengals offense strikes, they could get a touchdown in one play, the way they've been going with Rosser tonight.
Yeah, it's what did you expect with this game? The way it started, you wondered a little bit, but we were thinking most of the game that it was going to come down to a final possession.
Yeah, and I remember thinking I think I even said it. The first team to 40 is going to probably win the game.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that may be what we're looking at here. First things first, the Bengals will take over at their own 31. 1st and 10. Schultz will go under center. Play fake. Looks to throw. Steps up. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Was thrown kind of between. He had Rosser open at the 45, and then he had the 45 of Benedictine, and he also had Lott about 20 yards down the field, almost on the same pattern. But Rosser was the intended receiver, and he overshot him. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's go back to third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
3:33 to go in the 4th.
I don't know. This might sound counterintuitive, Dino, but it wouldn't surprise me if they run a draw here.
Yeah, or maybe either a draw or maybe that bootleg. Nope. Another play fake. Schultz will set up the screen. Edwards at the 30 and gets put down at the 35. He had Andrew Link about ready to demolish him back at the 20-yard line and did well just to get rid of it. And Edwards ends up getting about 4 on the pickup. It'll set up 3rd down and 6, 3:14 to go here in the 4th.
And that's part of the play design. You let the that backer come in, and then you
throw to his area. Yeah.
Right. And but it was relatively well defended by Brecksville.
Under 3 minutes to go. 3rd and 6 for the Bengals. Out of the pistol. Ronnie Schultz waits for it. He's got Merrill in motion right. Fake the handoff to Edwards. Oh. Schultz in trouble. Got pulled down. Was able to keep his feet and runs out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to spot him. Side judge says out of bounds at the 37. I thought he got closer to the 39 myself, but the officials
he was on it.
Apparently don't concur.
By the way, nice job by Schultz to get out of trouble.
Yes.
I mean,
it looked like somebody was going to rip him down, but that's going to set up a 4th down and about 4.
This is your season, I would think, right?
2:40. Now, they do have all their timeouts if they don't get the 1st down here. I'm almost surprised if Jarrett Good maybe will take a timeout here and we'll talk about this play, but at this point they're apparently ready to run it here. 4th down and maybe the season for the Bengals. Shotgun, fake to Edwards. Schultz fires one right side. Pass is caught at the 43. It's a rolling catch for a 1st down for the Bengals over on the far side. And Chris Gales makes the catch to keep the Bengals alive.
Quality throw, quality catch. Schultz put it down close to the ground where only Gales could get it.
1st and 10, Bengals. 2:30 and counting to go here in the 4th.
Once again, Benny's. You can't count them out.
You can't count them out.
They keep coming back.
It'll be Edwards now to the left of Ronnie Schultz, who rolls left, fires left, pass is caught. Watt has it at the 46, and the Bees trying to bring him down for dear life. They'll say he was down. A lot broke away momentarily, but they're going to mark him down right about at the 46. It'll be a short gain of about 3, 2nd and 7. Clock still running, under 2 minutes to go. Perry beat Hudson 37-27 tonight.
Benny's in no hurry here. I mean, they're being very patient with less than 2 minutes to go in the game.
Because they want to score and not give the Bees any time left. But they're going to have to start being a little bit quicker here.
Mike, you're not even at the 50 yet.
Yeah, so. I mean, I think use the timeout if you have to. They'll fake the handoff, fake the jet sweep. Schultz looks deep. He has Rosser, overshot him by a hair at the 15-yard line. And I got to tell you, Charles Rosser almost made another one-handed catch.
Yeah.
Reached his left arm out at about the 15-yard line. Just couldn't pull it in. That'll stop it with 1:27 to go and bring up 3rd and 7 for the Bengals.
Rosser's gone pure beast mode today.
He's amazing.
He's been tremendous. And, if it's a perfect pass, it's caught.
Yes.
If it's a slightly imperfect pass, it's probably caught because Rosser's so athletic and so good, but it was too far out in front.
3rd and 7 for the Bengals. Schultz under center. Turns, gives. Jalen Edwards to the 50. First down, 45. He's to the 40. Still on his feet and finally down at the 36-yard line. Carter Lloyd makes the tackle. Clock stops to move the chains. First down with 1:19 to go. The scoreboard just shut off there for a second. Now it's back on.
Timeout, Benny's.
Timeout, I think, for the Bengals, and it's a good timeout. They'll have 2 remaining with 1:19 to go. But Jalen Edwards gets them now set up 1st and 10 at the Bees' 36-yard line. Let's see. We're going to be the last game, I think, of the night here. I'm pretty confident of that. Let's see. Norwalk, the Truckers, beat Glenville tonight. Tyler says 22-2. So apparently we had another safety game. Hillsdale over Northmore, 25-21. You get them all with TC, baby. East Knox over Weller Crestview, 21-20. Oh, I'm still upset for my guy Jeff Grubich and Kenston to see their marvelous run. Championship team last year, 9-1, actually 8-2 this year. They lost to Chardon and lost to Mayfield. And Jack Porter, John Tom Kupsik, Tyler Mintz, Logan Vargo, and the rest of that team. Great group of seniors. Come and see their careers come to an end. As Schultz to throw, guns one left side, low throw, it's incomplete at the 17-yard line. Trying to throw it to Angelo Lott over there on the left side. That'll stop the clock, 1:14 to go, brings up 2nd down and 10. Carter Lloyd again on coverage for the Bees. Why not have a playoff game come down to the wire? I mean, you couldn't ask for a playoff run to start better than this. Gales, wide right. Rosser, wide left. You've got Lott, slot left. Under center, Schultz, 2nd and 10. Fake handoff. Steps up. Pass deflected over the middle and incomplete. I think he was looking for Rosser, and that ball was deflected and incomplete. 1:10 to go in the game. 3rd and 10 here in the 4th quarter.
What do you want to bet, Dino? We get another 4th down.
I bet you. Why not? Why not? They're not going to go without a fight, and they're going to literally take it to the last step.
Right. These guys are
pretty amazing.
They're entertainers. Like, you want us to convert another 4th down, we'll do it.
We'll do it. 3rd and 10. First things first. Oh, no. Schultz drops the snap, picks it back up, in trouble. Now he breaks away at the 30, to the 25-20. Schultz to the 15. He's to the 10. Still on his feet to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal with 58 seconds to go as somehow Ronnie Schultz comes through with the play of the game.
Unbelievable. In a game full of incredible plays, he's in all sorts of trouble. The ball's on the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
I think he was ready to just pounce on it. He grabbed it, looked up and said, hey, wait a minute, nobody's here.
And then he not only does he get a couple of yards and avoid the sack and the lost yardage, he gets it all the way inside the 10.
1st and goal at the 7. 40 seconds to play in the game. Schultz looks left. End zone. Incomplete. Was looking over for Rosser on the left side. Incomplete to stop the clock with 35 seconds to go. 5-point Brecksville lead.
I mean, the presence of mind for Schultz to, not only pick it up and not panic, but then weave his way through and get all the way to inside the 10 is just a remarkable play.
A remarkable play in a remarkable game.
Would have been just fall on and take your chance.
Yep, and take it down to 4th down. Yep. 2nd and goal. This time, Schultz looks right. Back of the end zone for a back shoulder throw. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and it was available.
Looking for Gales over there on the right side. Incomplete.
And Gales, I don't know. I felt like that play was open, but the timing wasn't quite right.
Clock stops. 32 seconds to play. 3rd and goal from the 7. Now, keep in mind, the Bengals have 2 timeouts, and they're going to use one here. And the reason why I brought that up, you could run it if you wanted to, do something with Edwards, and still set you up maybe to get closer for a 4th down.
Right.
And I think they're going to kind of weigh the options here on third down. Of course, you have Gales and Rosser. You certainly understand what they were doing on those first two plays.
Yeah.
I mean, they both made very sensible play calls. You're trying to throw just kind of a quick go route to Rosser on the first down, and then a back shoulder to Gales on second down on a little slant.
It's just misconnections, and, that's going to happen. But this is a fascinating play call, Dino.
It is.
Like you said, Edwards is still in play because you have a timeout. But at the same time, do you want to risk not getting it and all of a sudden, but to me, every down is fourth down now.
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter. The down doesn't matter at this point.
Right.
Because you basically say you've got two shots at the end zone.
Yep.
And
we do know this. The winner of this game will play the Avon Eagles next Friday night. Avon beat Worcester tonight 33-13. Wow. All right, here we go again. 3rd and goal from the 7. And this time, they're going to go with the I formation look. Here goes Schultz. Quick drop. Fires. End zone. Touchdown. Benedictine. On that right side, it was Chris Gales with the touchdown catch. 28 seconds to go. And the Bengals, for the first time tonight, have the lead, 39-38.
Phenomenal pass on the slant, and Gales just walled off his man and did a tremendous job there.
Well, now, in this case, I would think you would go. I saw Schultz off. Now he's going to get the helmet on, and go back in there and I think they're going to take a timeout. You want to go for 2 here.
I wonder if Schultz forgot about it.
I think he forgot. It's like, oh, yeah, touchdown, we're good. I'm going to go on the field. Let's kick the extra point. Life is good. You're going to go for 2 here because you're going to try to make it 41-38 and make a field goal. The best a field goal could do for Brecksville is tie it and send it to overtime.
Dino, you are Karnak the Magnificent. If this thing ends the way it's going to end, first to 40.
First to 40. I was
call.
just kidding. I said this before Kenston got a kick return for a touchdown last week. I said, no, there's no way Mayfield's going to kick it off to Tyler Mintz up by 8 points or whatever it was at the time. No, they're going to. You wouldn't do that, right? Because Mintz could score if he gets it. Tyler Mintz took a 92-yard kick return back for a touchdown. I said at the end, I should play the lottery. Now, it's my birthday today, too.
Happy birthday,
thank you, brother, man. So maybe I should play the lottery here if they end up with a 40-point finish here.
They have to convert this to get your 40-point.
Get my 40 points.
Threshold.
So I'll play the numbers. I'll play my birthday numbers, but I'll play 40.
Right.
All right.
Late substitution coming in here.
Yeah, Angelo Lott.
He's like, wait a minute here.
And the play clock.
Hello.
And here's the thing, D-man.
What's going on
play
here?
clock is at 8. You still are. And now
dear.
quickly, here comes Holland. They can't stop the
All kinds
clock.
of confusion going on right now.
They didn't get it off.
Yeah.
Play a game. Didn't get it off.
Yeah, that's inexcusable.
Boy, you just took a timeout for the express reason to make sure you had your personnel in play and ready to go for a 2-point conversion, and you had guys who weren't sure who was supposed to be in there.
Coaching staff's got to be.
Oh,
you got it. Yeah, they have to be fuming.
So it's still 39-38. Now you're going to back it up here. But the logic, kicking the extra point to go up 40-38, it would make no difference. So it's still wise here to go for 2, even though you're back here now at about the 7-yard line. 2-point attempt. Schultz looks, end zone. He'll be caught at the 5 and in for the 2-point conversion. Over on the left side, on that catch was Terrence Holland, who he just snuck out of the backfield. He was the guy that had been late checking in earlier. Now you know why. They wanted to get him in there. He was able to find an open spot for the 2-point conversion. Benedictine now leads at 41-38 with 28 seconds to go. The Bees, if you're wondering, have all timeouts remaining. So they'll have an opportunity here if Ronnie Wilson can get them into position here, and maybe a couple of throws for Labus if they can get into position. and maybe give Minnick an opportunity here. They've got 3 timeouts to work with. So there's still time here. But the Benedictine, the heart of this team tonight, on so many occasions when it looked like they were done before halftime in the third quarter, several times here in the fourth quarter, they rally back to lead this one 41-38 with 28 seconds to go.
And you just think about that third and long, Schultz ball on the
ground.
the
ball on the ground.
Picks it up.
I just, the presence of mind, and then the determined, as you said, the determined running. All right, here we go. And it'll be a pooch kick down the middle of the field, but Wilson will have an opportunity at the 13. He'll go to the 20, left side 25, and out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And they'll actually, I think, mark it at the 31 with 22 seconds to go. Again, the Bees have all their timeouts, so they can use the middle of the field to try to get down and at the very least give Labus an opportunity here.
Benny's player injured.
Over on the far side at about the 24-yard line. And somebody coming up limping there on the play for the Bengals. Michael Davis, I believe, was the young man who was shaken up. And he was trying to get off onto the field, and then the trainers put him back onto a seated position and said, let's think about this before you come off here. So that'll give kind of an extra timeout here for the Bees as they'll start from the 30 with 22 seconds to go in this Division II Region 6 first-round game. The winner gets Avon next Friday night. I'm trying to think if it's either way. It's probably might be playing the game in Brunswick next week. I would think, perhaps either that or maybe Finney Stadium over in Ball and Wallace as Michael Davis comes off the field. And
this
get
is
some help here, and here come the Bees.
It pretty much goes without saying. This is big trouble for Brecksville. I mean, you've only got 22 seconds left. That limits the amount of time, amount of plays you can run. It's simple math.
Yeah.
I think they've only got a maximum 3 plays they can run.
Even with the 3 timeouts.
Yes. Yeah, the timeouts don't do you as much good as you'd hope.
No.
With this.
Now, keep in mind, though, Labus can throw. We've seen him throw some dimes here tonight. He's going to need 1 or 2 right here. Labus on first down. Time. Now he's flushed. He's going to run at the 25. Throws. Pass caught. Wilson. And he loses it at the 48-yard line, and it's going to be Benedictine football, and the Bengals are going to win it with 11 seconds to go. Ronnie Wilson was trying to just make a play and get it to midfield. Lost the handle on the ball. And Benedictine takes over, and the Bengals are going to win this game with 11 seconds to go. Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough way to end it for Brecksville. The young man's trying to make a play, trying to get extra yards.
Yep. It was like the Hatcher play, the fumble earlier in the quarter. Ethan Hatcher's trying to make a play as the Bees at the time had started from the 1-yard line and were trying to get out by midfield, and the Bengals were ball hawks. There was one thing about the Bengal defense coming in tonight we knew about them. They're ball hawks. Matthew Stauffer alone came in with 7 interceptions and 4 fumble recoveries. They know how to make plays in terms of forcing turnovers, and they got 2 big ones here in the fourth quarter. And this last one will provide the pathway to a date with the Avon Eagles next Friday night. 11 seconds. Schultz will go under center. And he'll backpedal. And now he takes the knee with 8 seconds to go. And the Bees are not going to stop the clock. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And that will do it. A remarkable comeback by the Benedictine Bengals here at Bedford's Bearcat Stadium. Your final, the Bengals 41, the Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees 38. Benedictine will move on to play Avon next Friday night in the Division II Region 6 semifinals. Yeah. Remarkable football game tonight here in Bedford.
Yeah, Dino. Charles Rosser, tremendous. Gales, tremendous. Schultz.
And the
Edwards.
star, you know what? The stars,
I mean,
the stars came out
Yeah.
when the Bengals needed it.
This was a tremendous high school football game.
It was a pleasure
Both
indeed.
teams laid it on the line and highly entertaining. And it's really nice to see the sportsmanship and, a tough loss for Brecksville. Well-earned victory for Benny.
All right. Well, we will have post-game coverage on the field at WKYC.com and also on Twitter. We'll talk to Jarrett Good, and I would love to talk to Ronnie Schultz about that third down and him recovering the fumbled snap or whatever and picking up the football and basically saving the season for the Bengals. Amongst the hero plays. Also, certainly, you'll see it later tonight on What Matters Most. The Hail Mary before halftime was something special, and tonight's game was something special. For the Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees, no shame whatsoever. A turnaround season for this football program, a proud program. They finish out at 7-4, but only good things to come for Martin Potter and the Bees. A tremendous, tremendous season just comes a little bit short here tonight. All right, that'll do it, D-Man. We'll see you next week. We'll do it again.
Can't wait.
and we can't wait to join you next week. Again, your final from Bedford Bearcat Stadium. The Benedictine Bengals, 41. The Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees, 38. We're going to catch our breath. We'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for watching here on WKYC.com.